Yeah, share same year also, and then I'm from Europe. And now, when say Real Madrid, any Getafe ball game. Then that game, no, Madrid heading Kunim by 2-0. But any results, no, any trendy. Adia trendy. A little altercation here, a sea or park, and so between two Englishmen, a Mason Greenwood and a Bellingham. Now, Getafe for a report, a Jude Bellingham, Eddie Amar referee capture in his report. Almost say game no question or as a BBC, Emma Jude Bellingham, Eke can Sembia and Yen Yang, Eddie Mason Greenwood. Now, only Mason Greenwood and Che and you drop a charges, say, wow, assaulted a girlfriend. Now we see a kind of Manchester United. Now also United pushing on loan to a Getafe and Semana Kosodo. United announces Anshao be join the squad. No, and 𝐒𝐿𝐕𝐄. They no any say Anshana Jude Bellingham and some of Kekache Greenwood no. Wakasim be near nine enti empanyifo enhwehwem. Now obi so kase two Englishmen there. One sure say Abrante ne ka bibi ebe ha eye Greenwood enti empanyifo so omo be start investigation very soon. Now you hu at the crop pot Jude Bellingham, Eka editor a Mason Greenwood. England transfer window no ye two mu say bang na de ba kwa obia ehwem nim say ebeba so Said Ben Rama Algerian player no they move to Lyon from West Ham to Lyon but they no ama so na and na but na Lyon pa brante no on a permanent deal but woman ya no on a permanent deal ama woma to be the amane West Ham for Etienra Leon forces there's lack of disrespect from Western part and utina de na amba so say Western man fa bu amomo na Branten de common na wie bibia Western for and delay move na anko Amando Broha and so di nani ache Fulham on loan ho na wo kwakosi akan sesei 31-year-old former Manchester United, West Ham, Nottingham Forest attacker Jesse Lingard. Now wabre papa we free Nottingham no nya club. Now they say only maybe Jesse Lingard in the need today. Yes, Jesse Lingard any South Korean side. I from FCCO. Akasa ama akaka krebi na two parties now agree a 2-year deal with an option of a further deal. And Jesse Lingard 31 years to wait. They say what in any South Korea. What as they say Jesse Lingard kwako si akan. There are reports say after this season, Anshana a massive transfer be akoso within Manchester City. Yes, say the representative of Ellen Haaland, any papa Alfie Haaland no, they are convinced say Abrante after this season it was within any Real Madrid. He said the obey Man City no nya ye waje Champions League, waje league no e dem biem. Enti yes say Ansha na sad move no I go through at the end of the season. Remember that Real Madrid are still interested in getting a striker. If it's a Joselu there, woman should dan checking this ha. And say likely say this summer, Abrante Ellen Haaland will move to Real Madrid. And now West Ham United game no and I make a choice Abrante 𝐶𝐂𝐕𝐄 Phillips 𝐶𝐶 go on and on a be any manager your friend David Moyes almost so many manager David Moyes enya adwen so wo ma Abrante and start here if Abrante no bo ache papa Manchester City no she dey bi mo or bench obebe ma 5 minutes 10 minutes and yes in a high profile league like the Premier League and Abrante ne ba no ke say Omutwanya na Abrante no omu introduce no in the second half start your mama start here no and akwa ha Abrante no kwache go honom no nti ebi mo atutu bi dia mane David Moyes papa say you didn't manage the situation well at all obi obo ache say na nipa ne ba o mana start a game like that and oka ho and Abrante no kwache go ho. Memfa Formula 1 news bako enwie concerning Abrante Lewis Hamilton. Na nwa told you say Lewis Hamilton. Oni say woni Mercedes for juma Mercedes Benz. Woni oma juma interesting one. Na ababe told you say Lewis Hamilton o free Mercedes. Now, we're here, what in a niche, a direct rival, Ferrari. Ferrari and Mercedes Benz, they've been competing a lot in the Formula 1. Yes, Lewis Hamilton, a British racer, no. He is one of the most sought after. He's one of the best as far as Formula 1 is concerned. They said here, what in any Ferrari, and I'll be a big issue. Mercedes Benz. Na wo mukra Lewis Hamilton mu se na wo mukra ni mu no wo chen kosua wo mu pese obebo fom mpo enei yes Lewis Hamilton is leaving Mercedes Benz to join Ferrari into Formula 1 2025 and there Even one say Lewis Hamilton is racing for a Ferrari. And a friendly match because so international friendly match, it was Al Nassr and a Inter Miami. Cristiano Ronaldo Al Nassr and Lionel Messi's Inter Miami. Neso Ronaldo and Mobile Lionel Messi so about 10 minutes in that game. About Al Nassr actually Inter Miami. Echomeka Ensia our Montimi Antimo Bakumpo El Hono. I am the sending my bedroom for BIM for WhatsApp messages in the brand. I'm making kind from 0506 367 196 0506 367 196. We need the Mutala Yakubu Nana Adu Josiah Quaye Nana Adu. It is the sports park here on Max 89.7 FM. Good morning, Nana Adu.
Mutala Yakubu.
Yeah, Bibi Aboko.
Morning.
All right.
Apume.
Namenado.
Weekend in one years,
Yeah. Weekend in 1 year, Simono. And there's one game in a League A Strasbourg, and a Paris Saint-Germain, and a Bepimso. Henneheim, and a Dortmund, and a Bepimso. Lecce, and a Fiorentina, and a Babuani. Athletic, a Bilbao, and a Mallorca, and a Bepimso. But a weekend games Nankasa. Weekend games Nankasa, it's a games I training so top 5 major European leagues, say ena and honsem etie ewo honom. Games ni bi mu afu. Yede be yedwuma. Games they say etie Athletic Bilbao, and Mallorca, and be pemso. Valencia, and Almeria, and be boy Granada, and Las Palmas, and be pemso. Alaves will take on Barcelona. Na Girona, Esone Real Sociedad, Eddie Aboini, Villarreal, and Cadiz, Eddie Bepemso, with a Osasuna taking on a Celta Vigo. Betis, and a Getafe, Eddie Beboini, Real Madrid, Esone Atletico Madrid, Eddie Apemso, big game, Spanish La Liga this weekend. Hey, Real Madrid against Atletico Madrid, Real Vallecano, and so any a team I from Sevilla. And the Bepemso. And all your games are ever so in the Spanish La Liga. And all the Spanish La Liga. Yenche the Italian Serie A. The Italian Serie A so say and I want some fixtures ever so this weekend. And shall send Lecce ni Fiorentina, Empoli, and Genoa. Udinese ni Monza, Frosinone, and AC Milan, Bologna and Sassuolo, Torino, and Salernitana, the Bepemso. Napoli will take on Verona, Atalanta. And Lazio. Then there's the biggest game of the Italian Serie A match day. That is Inter Milan against Juventus. Where? Inter against Juventus. It's AS Roma, Esone Cagliari, and the Pimso. And no here for the Italian Serie A. You share the German Bundesliga. The German Bundesliga. Say the German Bundesliga. So some at your fixtures are ever so no. Henneheim and Dortmund and the Bepemso and Bayern Munich and Borussia Mönchengladbach, Bochum and Osbeck, Darmstadt and Bayer Leverkusen, Freiburg and Stuttgart, Mainz and Werder Bremen, FC Cologne and Eintracht Frankfurt, Wolfsburg and Hoffenheim, RB Leipzig and Union Berlin, and the Airbaso the German Bundesliga. I fair share the French League 1. The French League also gives an say and I want something Strasbourg and a PSG and the Pemso Rennes and a Montpellier and the Bois Nantes and a Lens, Monaco and a Le Havre, Leo and a Clermont-Ferrand, Metz and a Lorraine, Reims and a Toulouse and the Ball and a Brest will take on a Nice, now Lyon and so and a Marseille. This week, big games, power Europe. Oh, shit, senior. Fixture list here, big games in the English Premier League. Say and also I want some here. This weekend there's Everton against Tottenham Hotspur, Brighton and Hove Albion and Crystal Palace, Burnley and Fulham, Newcastle will take on Luton, Sheffield United and Aston Villa and Bournemouth. Bournemouth will come up against Nottingham Forest, Chelsea and Wolverhampton Wanderers, Manchester United and Mohamed Kudus's West Ham and the Pimso. Then there's the big one at the Emirates. Arsenal and Liverpool na Brentford and so na Manchester City the apem so ho and the Africa Cup of Nations quarter final games no and also say and I want some etie Nigeria and Angola there 5 p.m. 8 p.m. Dr. Congo and Guinea National Mali any host nation Ivory Coast the apem so with 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄 also taking on South Africa and no any games wo na what we in the various European leagues any Africa Cup of Nations. Georgian club akoto new a dine for fro. Wakoto dine for fro Mallorca Spain. 3.5 million pounds and our top mansion no. Enti enkofo akeka say o free Liverpool this season ah. So wakasa o person okoje na home. O free Liverpool this season I ho no kwotena Spain. Okoje na home wo honom. Sergio Reye Ivory Coast wo mo captain no. Who say wo Nottingham Forest. Nanka wo so wodi ni kire Galatasaray. Enra as transfer window no close here no so amaso yesi payment issue nti. Omo ntimi agree. Nti Sergio Reye likely so beka Nottingham Forest. Nanedu, good morning.
Good morning, Mutala Yakubu.
Yeah.
Neye, me am of a famous birthday. You say, me no din come I say, akoshe 𝐒𝐿𝐴 kakra.
Yeah.
Me of about means in the form. Mr. Frank Akuli, CEO Ghana First. And then the birthday.
Mr. Akuli.
Yes.
Mr. Frank Akuli. And then the birthday.
Namishano.
Yeah.
On Wadam for pan Zach and
Master Zach.
Yes.
Oh. Okay. And the body no.
Yes.
Yeah. Mr. Frank Akuli.
Mr. Frank Akuli.
Namishano. Na wanya nekese. Yeah, well, it's 𝐒𝐿𝐴.
Yes.
Or a big man.
Yes.
𝐒𝐿𝐴 ought to why a big man. Into a big man.
Nami.
But where do you there be where do you mean him no? Kwan obo Zach din no. What is Zach din be bata ho no. Me ni pa ban Zach here. Into obo Zach din na me hu say Mr. Frank Akuli or a big man.
Also what the nekapa.
Or the make also the make up.
Yes. Onu di nkomo no.
Yeah.
Em say onu ni di nkomo.
Yes. Also the make up papa.
What the nekapa papa. Nti by this time me sure say omo nam kwan so.
Yes.
Air office.
Okay.
Na me nim say birthday ne be ba so wo Ghana First office wo.
Oh, okay.
And na say be ba so wo fi a. And e bia ye pon a na mehu.
Banyamin Shano.
Nti Banyamin Shano kese. Nti Zach ene driver Patrick.
Yemwa ye ho na.
Ene obi a wo mu bia no. De wo mu bia no mo nka na ye nti. Ne hu say bibia be sia ye fine. Nti Mutala.
Yeah.
That is a famous birthday a ye be share about for day pa. Me ye so say Mr. Jonathan Gaiti.
Okay.
Jody Johnny Tesi Twibro. On for program in Diago nti Mr. Jonathan ga. And then Friday e chia pa. And now me your opportunity. Ehwe West Ham game ni kakra. The reason why this time no mention down for big names and ball no year 1. The team be here 2. Where there is a Ghanaian interest. Very important. And number 3. Baby a team ne da on league na me pesa me kwahwe no so. So in them me kwahwe Girona game and because of Girona na me poor masem. It's because of where they are. So me force am kwahwe Liverpool sin game a. Enye Liverpool sin din na me de. But because of what they are doing in the Bundesliga now. That is why I be me say me kwahwe buy for Liverpool. So the reason why I'm going a team like West Ham, Kudus is the main reason. And 2, their style of play and where they are on the league log. Mutala will be up at the English Premier League. Imagine here me say, Adie bin say ya, David Moyes, mom prepare ne ho, enya die bia. Sa prepare your way. Enfem fa so die bia ma. The man that you discussing 𝐶𝐈𝐕𝐄 Phillips coming to West Ham. It looks like any I discussing with you. Say how will 𝐶𝐈𝐕𝐄 Phillips facing this West Ham? Josiah Quaye Nana Adu can say he can still go there and still be benched. Yeah. Because of the performance of Ward Prowse, Sussex,
Alvarez.
And now we saw Bobo 4 in the starting lineup.
Obo Munina.
No, Bobo in Kudus.
Yeah. Obo Munina. Say Paqueta ni ho.
Paqueta ni ho.
Yeah.
Now Ben Ramos no or show the future. I didn't see Fornals on the bench.
Yeah, Pablo.
But I saw Connect
was also expected to leave Mpu.
But I saw Connect on the bench. Who said Mentias say African players here. So on your bim bokra na. Yeah, na transfer around him no. Yeah, na endorse Bebli. Oh, should be a by this time ka team nim. I saw a press of baby aqua Connect was one.
Maxwell Kone, he was tipped to leave the club, but I don't know. When you be a somebody you may sure so.
Obenya one grand car. Yeah, na so yeah if Africa, especially West Africa aside. Yen time complain Bebli.
There be who complain anything.
French one they do baby mu complain kakra. International match so connect situation but of course say oh at the counter no be make move no kwa masa Africa no kwa nyanko. Yan frɛ no. Yeah you free a side yen time complain Bebli. And yet, I can connect to be the player and complain say, "Oh, your club the move free." One thing about Jens, so yeah, you're comfortable in London. Once I'm sure side, yeah, you're free Ghana ha, any Anglo for country, no. Yeah, you're comfortable. Any Ivorian players crash account. Only you're comfortable in London.
In what?
In London.
Oh, okay.
What is the question? Into Ghanaian player, London club ban one time to put it because I did be out of Ghana, be out to me London.
Yeah. I don't watch London da. I maybe so was 7 hours straight. And I do as some bisa no. Enya na assessing.
Who's the three say? What they had it for more London din command. Anything that Uber to menya or Ghana biano.
Okay, just now for London.
Oh, yes,
say. Okay.
I said, oh, the Odin come call London, say me.
Oh, me.
Because your family member is there.
Me, bra pedal.
Yeah. But you come call London, say me.
Me call London that.
But my husband said, oh, come on, call London, say me.
Ah, okay.
So London as an out here, say me. In fact, open for the baby. There is a Ghana village. Anything Ghanaian, when you go there, you get. So you feel comfortable. I mean, yes, sure said there is a country. Ghana for ho. I say ho.
Me sure say US.
US, but does has UK on. Oh, sure. In the
Ghana for na they prefer to be. Almost see UK net den kakra.
UK net den kakra.
US pa.
Me feel say you see the UK better US.
Almost see UK net den kakra.
On say en na yes to no. Oh, they say oh yeah. Then time no. Na Düsseldorf.
Germany.
Amsterdam,
Hamburg.
What? When you fiba. That is areas Ubu say Ghana for come taiko ho.
Say one no mo kwatena.
Omo taiko ho.
Omo free techi man e German omo kwatena ho.
Techi man e fa.
German.
German e fa de go mu German na. Intina Ghanaians were comfortable in those areas. In then Abedi London, language barrier is not an issue. US the man here when they say blast ne doors ninti ye who blast are entire interrogating the baby. Until no me are comfortable in those areas. Me yes so one mutim baby everywhere experience about baba. Until na me be some say West Ham situation no. Bibi answer ye. And Mutala see the fairness per what we saw in the first one they access here. 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄 so I'm pretty sure bought a 2-man midfield and a 3-man midfielder on your guarantee starter. You have to sacrifice one of them to make sure 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄 will enter into the first 11. Because more than I'm sure in the first round, 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄 is not a better player than both Sussex and Estin Alvarez. Now what Prowse in there on about the advanced role. And now Kudus and then penalty by or run a boy. In fact, what take on 1-1. What situation?
Yeah.
So a West Ham team the baby every what Prowse then you name was Southampton. Sabian and they all West Ham. In the only area near no go area. And I never come a pair of boy and want to say, oh, you're injury free. Or you're free kick expert. Into those players, no, Mutala, Yeah, coach is in person better to be. What's the answer? I don't know. But I only lack when it comes to the English national team. Because anytime you are a ball players, you feel say this person need to enter the Three Lions. The entire body ding. Under the band and I discuss say, who you decline rights few are. Almost suddenly holding me for the baby. That is why 𝐿𝐕𝐄 need to move to a different club.
Yeah.
Yeah, who say I'm money ding?
Last week.
We didn't mention his name. But oh dear, when you show that positions, you know, what process there? Declan Rice is there. And there Calvin Phillips. So about with the Conor Gallagher account.
Gallagher is more of an advance.
On your number 8.
Or your number 8, yeah.
And that means that holding me for the position. 6 and 8. Henderson and count.
But still, your friend, because they lack midfielders, they lack quality midfielders. 𝐒𝐈𝐕𝐄 Musa, independent.
𝐒𝐈𝐕𝐄 it was one. But boy, now I started by idea. Or combining the Antoniana Asian style of play together.
Bona 𝐒𝐈𝐕𝐄 born there. The papa moi, and can the form of a players, and he deserves to even go join the Three Lions team ahead of Obi to say
Calvin Phillips.
Calvin Phillips. But Calvin Phillips has become an
constituency
that due to what he's done in the past. It's a bad thing so be Calvin Phillips a free.
What about Conor Gallagher?
Conor Gallagher deserves a place.
Dan 𝐒𝐈𝐕𝐄.
Me the age wise any experience in the issue. Halaga Abache or Konenam Crystal Palace in Algo and he's one of the highest performing players at Chelsea.
So Mutala, among the midfielders when you who you for
Me for Declan Rice will always be on my list.
Number 1.
I would take Gallagher because of his energy.
Number
2. Personally, I would pick 𝐒𝐈𝐕𝐄.
Number 3. Then I can
1. England, what
Is here over what proud. So in your list on for Calvin Phillips.
Me for Calvin Phillips. Because I thought Calvin Phillips is rusty.
Wow.
What trying to movie. But you since he are an American, but since he's moved to West Ham United, I think I'll pick a form. Euros is in July or something.
So it means among the 6 players what Calvin Phillips Henderson away film.
Yes, and can make film. But I will put Calvin Phillips in when he starts playing regularly. Say we call West Ham, or be 6 months than in him before the Euros. If he plays regularly, or be pick it. That is all.
So Liverpool midfielder you be pick from no FIFA. Elliot no.
Harvey Elliott is not English. He's not British.
Really?
Yeah.
Because Obe pick from because he was playing well.
Unless I check.
So per the 6 players no 4 be picking no. But Henderson.
Okay, he's English. But onyebi more.
So that is where what's some neighbor say who consistency that.
No, Harvey Elliott even plays for the under 21. Because Obeshisha goes be my under 21, England under 21.
Per the ball number 1 this season no. Onya qualify should be surprised.
Yeah. Oh, Bobo.
Per the ball number 1 on Curtis Jones no.
On Curtis Jones.
Ball number 1 this honestly me answer English and
or English, honestly say.
Honestly English and I British.
Almost boys some money constituency.
But ball number 1 this season no. Say Southgate at the form
also with the under 21s.
Southgate at the form they check here. At least Ebubaku should be considered.
But you know Gary Southgate's call up has not really been based on form. Form and Kubica Maguire on mother. Form and at a point.
Sterling
in Mobi. At a point in Jack
Grealish.
Not Jack Grealish, right back at Man City. I also
Kyle Walker.
I do be in the form article.
But unza media nipa no body ya the chance high.
Yeah.
A woman said Kyle Walker form but he was still playing.
Yeah.
And this na make it case or somebody else heading. Because nipa no at the corner say 𝐿𝐕𝐄 he's still playing. For example, England and they almost best right back over form behind. Maybe I will Arnold and a Trippier. But still, the rest of them they are still playing. Kyle Walker is still playing. Ben White is still playing. Ben White is still playing. So that is the situation I'm finding myself. So, me say the midfield position no. Asami ni ho. So nipa kuna na waka say Calvin Phillips no. I think he take time. Now you woman into the team. In the first 1 month, the month of February, or the second half, kaka. Maybe Suset Nene Alvarez in the second half. Not go be back. What situation? No, we're going to do second half. No, yeah, after 60-something minutes, you know, no, who's going to be able to do sacrifice it? Carmen Phillips. Carmen Phillips remove for a different player to come in. What situation? No, that is where a buyer about the front three. Who will be a buyer? Danny Ains. He came to replace him. Now Ains is top, borrowing from the left, Kudus from the right. So naturally, when you have the balance of the team, they are more than ever. So before said David Moyes, in fact, me not surprised because okay, the David Moyes team in Everton.
Yeah.
No boss our former midfield no. And then another Steven Pina operating from the left side. But naturally, it's an offensive midfielder.
Leon Osman mono.
Leon Osman.
Ateta. Leon Osman was the holding midfielder.
Yes. About Ateta.
Yeah. The guy.
About we kind of say Steven Pina. There was another midfielder but he didn't work. What check out who didn't work. One situation no boss I said 4-man midfield no. No, just 2 players up front. It was Fellaini and somebody else. When they say 𝐶𝐶 also. So it's another Everton team that way. In this particular system, I mean, who's all one and run and get news to David Moyes. And get news to him. One situation that you know. So, imagine him say issue said that ni ho. And money.
Pina Fellaini Cahill Ateta. And I told Obipia 𝐾𝐂 no de Leon Osman Beshel.
Only Leon Osman Beshel. Oh, okay. So that is how it is. So it was still a 4-man midfield.
Yeah.
So that's the situation that way. Nti my phone say what some team dey quality omo obi coach no man ko fa issue bia be complicated bia bat no mo be ho madwene because enra edu bebi no man se dey hu we yie bowe ni yie lusa no yira kakra wa game no mo oyira kakra wa game no because of the system no.
Yeah.
I'm bringing the best out of some of these players, so that is how it is. But it was a good draw. Bomb of team ain't bad. Mutala. The bomb of team I saw yesterday ain't bad. And I'm happy for Semenyo. And no operative from the left side. Okay, game now. No mommy operative from the left side of the wings. And I think say coach need getting the best out of him. Oh, bomb of team. Why are they to be honest? The players in the matter said David Bruce come with an acquaint. So Ninyan came for an answer and to say on your bibo. Oh, team, I don't say we improve the best team. So that is for the end of the game now. A course. Joselu Mutala, he is not a bad player.
But he's not the one that would carry Madrid to where they want to get.
That is where the S factor comes in. On your player, because I mean, racism. When I believe I need to know so as my number 9. But our family be in the team. And what's the first touch for the second goal? Mutala players will have very important in the touches. Time I play and the dribble 18-yard box no or passing the ball no the touch no the second goal the buy them who say akwa be do them. Me nyama ko take be na mahwe. Na me who say there is something in a certain player. And imagine him say omunya reliable center forward no in the backup. It's good for my Real Madrid. And my member Carlo Ancelotti abaso. Got for home grounds on a very difficult grounds. Especially when big teams score high. Going there to pick the maximum win, yeah, difficult. But I first say a 2-0 win, it was a great win for them. Kwame Mufasa said the first goal, but said the second goal in the count, every game in them. It was a good thing. And I remember Carlo Ancelotti abaso. Say and ultimately that result now a guide you more. So that is for games about so and I made it Man U game the main call. Any other games main call but for Real Madrid in the West Ham game. No, that is where Minyada different year because I'm before the Man U ni Wolves no. Man U were lucky to get the maximum 3 points. Later on game now Wolves were born later on. No. But to score first 2 goals in the first half no. I don't say that will be a Man U team but so that game no.
Man U games are about this season now. When a game I mean who some wasted chances pa. Yeah. Only say no me jina be share game no na make us say. These are games that you end up drawing. Sometimes put a 2-0.
Yeah.
And I'm saying these are games you end up drawing and people will blame the manager. But these are clear-cut chances. Me and you, I almost say no. And they were lucky to win that game.
Yeah.
And sometimes you need that. Obika Adebi and Ra. Also sometimes you need that moment of magic. It's also a TBC. Sometimes you go down, wash it, near Babette, and everyone thinks you are losing. Now Babenya that all important goal. No? So I was thinking them good for them, but they should look at themselves again, allowing Wolves to come back.
Yeah, to score that 3 goals.
3 goals, you know.
Mutala, mamenya o transfer no mu bibi.
Okay.
O si the Lingard coin.
Jesse Lingard show South Korea, so FC.
Mutala onu say guy no. Sa loan bi no call West Ham. Now we turn it back to Man U no. If you no see that dem bio.
Yeah.
O say loan no call no okopeke form pa. O return e no. If you obe sin there. Jesse Lingard in see that dem bio. And he was a fine player. Number 4 say Kubet Mark on the next level, Matt. Yeah, who the best out of him? And just Lingard, what I saw, time and I introduced in the Man U team gradually, you know. Now there was something in him. From nowhere, I said they want to move on to MPA. And there,
but he had the opportunity of going back to West Ham. Okay, yeah, Tama. Man, you can't more turn permanently, you know.
That is where
West Ham buy, and I'm not saying I'm castle of man 200,000.
So Oshescano,
of course.
Oh, most one can.
West Ham were offering
West
Ham were offering him 100,000. Saying no, Joe Man, you now, and I'm not saying I'm castle of man 200,000.
Wow. Almost the time Cascadi and Saint Common who be do.
Hey, Nanedu Asemena Okano. Epokran Siotogum.
And if the reason I say both castle and I say,
no, after retirement. And Yama Bebli you still need to keep up your good life.
But so Obi Henderson is skank one some back to Europe.
Debbie Henderson needed to leave a year Saudi because then he wasn't enjoying life there.
Now to America say almost type no and you need Yesika.
Yeah.
Now more honor
the money factor is good.
Yeah, we to hire about farmer.
Henderson is taking around 100,000 IAS. He's he's now one of the highest paid.
Romo come here so be 100,000
I think no, Lipa back 100,000. I think it was Steve Bergwijn.
Oh, okay.
On air, I think the highest paid was 100,000, something like that.
So there's a Lingard, me for say from there no many way I gonna say. I said could move back. Echo West Ham. And kind what price row in kind there. Because Opekes are from the year. But from there, Nottingham coming back, we your team what's not for 6 months situation in the this Lingard born either. I'm hoping say Obet Masako pick it up. Oh baby
oh massa. So FC is Korea and Uncle pick it up or honor. A one be hunumpo. A one be hunum. Saudi Arabia.
So coming back to Europe bedding.
He was with Stevie Gerrard's side. It's no we training.
So that is Lingard situation and never do something so we. Ellen Haaland there, number 4 say after 2-3 years no. Many more say oh movie on no yardene. Per the other 1 season a year 1 city no. Na a bad thing say at the quiet no but say the view. Me hwe Madrid team na affected much more than Mbappe. Mutala won hwe
You think this
Madrid team no enya a typical center forward that a forward. Hwe Abrante na friend Mbappe no. Obo the arrowhead no nya de o. Ompe. Or struggle. But obo wo machi a no pe. Either for the left side, the right side, or behind. But a typical center forward, Osimhen Murono, Droba Murono, and Haaland Murono, that is not the strength of Mbappe. So, Edu baby kwa PSG or complain here. Time no Messi, Neymar, team no bother arrowhead no. No, so a person behind, and not from the flanks. The strength no. But Madrid team no so there. Oshema with Vinicius, Jude Bellingham, Rodrigo. Bibia said they hear me see praying is a center forward. They want to replace Karim Benzema. So I didn't know to me say the Real Madrid Football Club ni here no at the center forward role. Center forward role no na Madrid here. And me feel like Haaland ball now abona. And ni siko oje. And the person of football ye man woni wi ase oba ya. Madrid can offer him that thing after Man City. In there Barcelona under form kakra. Bayern Munich have Hurricane. I doubt he will go to France or Italy now. So me hear situation now. Nkofo mo ka say Erling Haaland to move to Real Madrid no. Me no mo ya adwene. And ne entourage meet no ma ye. Eni adwene Paul mafa. Say be ade na do no there so ye wo Man City nyina wa ye wie no me no mo ya adwene. Erling Haaland to move on. But the only thing about this town, the players move from Man City. Omo dwene hu mienu ni say. Mutala, emre bi na na etwem no. Nana players were interested in say, omudu bebi in their career. Chinchina ya say obo so na we Madrid no. Ye ntwem mo sa angle no. Mutala, o football na ya gbo sisi ana. Sa de ne ntwem.
So obi
say chinchina, obo so obo Real Madrid ni Barcelona no.
Chinchina na twem. Chinchina na twem, but the passion, the desire to taste. Say akoye me boa a big thing. Mama and say he say now it is money that is ruling football. Brenna and Uncle solely rely on passion. They say money that is ruling football. That is why Sandro Tonali, a typical Italian AC Milan through and through boy.
But Newcastle.
I could Newcastle no.
I'm sorry. Or
70 band no. So it is now thoroughly about money. Who pays the highest cash? And the benya.
So it means Erling Haaland situation. If City can pay more,
of course,
he will stay.
Sana me wonu, but you can feel say.
On also force our every obey in every.
And you on no ankasa per se.
Listen
to ne papa. Conversations we all have here. It's like Omasheshe. Ne papa ne intimate do the highest level.
Ntono no mroso.
Sana akoye. Utie ne papa no conversation. Any interviews awaya. Akoye say, oh me the highest club my boy Manchester City. Sabre no kra no. Na Man City nyama.
And Man City.
And Man City. Enti me ba no also do the highest level. And they feel with the player that Erling Haaland is. I also drew a level like a Real Madrid, because Real Madrid now acquired the elite club, acquired the best club in the world. So maybe that is why they want to push.
Me force after season we encore. Me force after season we encore. So I'll be happy to see Erling Haaland in the Real Madrid. The other games say we Europe. Me nyada that didn't film. I mean sure afcon kakra. Na me fancy. Just 2 minutes. Nigeria, one of my favorites now. Versus Angola, Mabululu, Angola. Big game today. Men person Nigeria for the better complacent kaka.
Why are you rooting for them to win?
Minyaya. I won't go far. I won't go final no. Me minyaya every coast Nigeria final mepe. Baby I didn't do no. These 2 days I mean no on the final mepe. But 𝐾𝐂𝐕𝐄 for some of these teams no so bet my hard ne. But ye blue movement X factor be play key role. Teams from Ajibida Betram Bobre. And I first say Nigeria Angola any a good tournament. But Nigeria for any stable defense hardly they will concede. And Osimhen is playing some good football together with Lookman. Men chado Meko for Nigeria to qualify. And I'm tipping DR Congo to qualify ahead of Guinea. Tournament games are my hand. Imagine say DR Congo team na who then was choosing Guinea kakra. Imagine them sir. Guinea for a good game against Equatorial Guinea. One of the group stage favorites. But me for say DR Congo for na who then no e was kakra. So Mutala, I think for this particular 2 games no. Nigeria to qualify and of course DR Congo to qualify. That will be my pick.
Okay, Nana Adu na me so be kan game ne kakra wanka
Yeah, I know.
Arsenal and Liverpool no.
Oh, do that okay.
Okay. Mate, so Nana Adu and anyway by keep your messages coming on 0506 367 196. Good morning, Josiah.
Mutala Yakubu.
Yeah.
Upon say.
Oh, Mike and Patricia, the mammy.
But my Mike is so.
Yeah. No pija nekakra.
Misika na benta mekasa esa. Yeah, misika basa.
Because Bako.
Mekasa mo yiju.
Okay. But Piawe so ebe on amishwa.
We need you. I'm a bow with him.
Okay. All right, uncle.
So let me use this one. Okay. Now, point is say. Say me there. I'm a man of love, so I keep preaching love, Mutala. This month.
This is why he preach love.
And I make I say this month you need to show someone love, Mutala. Not the everyday love.
Okay, different. Special occasions require
love, so what you say.
Special things.
More hideout be until we are not mature, my more details in there. So what you say.
No problem.
I could travel 2 days before home, and so you're fine. And I probably check tearful now. Mutala. Episode news out the buy, no. Episode dosopa, and I've been following Formula One for quite some time now, but the Lewis Hamilton story now, the buy, no. Mutala, it's really shocking, and I had to, after you announced it, Mutala, I had to go on Twitter to see and. No, it's shocking because we share the guy's career. He started with McLaren, joined Mercedes. He's been with Mercedes for over a decade. And Osha, Mercedes dominance, no. The way they won, I think, Ono, Nico Rosberg, and then all of a sudden, there is a certain Max Verstappen who steps in to break their dominance with Red Bull. I think, say, maybe it's time he feels, say, whatever he can do for Mercedes, no. Mutala Wayamo. He feels that he's giving everything for Mercedes. That because he's won, you can count the number of world titles that we winning with Mercedes. 6. 6 world titles. So at this point, if their dominance isn't there anymore, and maybe Ferrari are coming up with a much more better project or a much more compelling projector, then why wouldn't he rather join Ferrari at this age?
No Cafe releases statements this year. I was safe going forward. They've released the statement, saying a statement that was say have to act against unprofessional and unbecoming behavior in media areas. Or say journalists are over Africa Cup of Nations, mo yusu mo ya coaches. Say coach be and me win match waka and some entwa and send fata facture no. Yes, e beje accreditation. Yes, journalists are even who media tribune ha obey world celebration. So team national celebrate uji when no you beje accreditation. Journalists are even who say oh film e media center or you beje accreditation. Nti say oba afcona comport yourselves and ye can.
Then I'm watching patch here. Just say into celebrity be man.
Yes, mo oh you journalist. Fashion team so you journalist before.
No, but what actually informed such a decision?
Mainly the Ghana issue, and you know, Mati say some Nigerian journalists be so after the first game, our boy on board draw no, and also it raised a lot of abuses. Actually. Because almost expect to say almost expect to say a man for the public will do it, and the journalists will criticize. But all journalists know we are not for the problem. Obiko Senegalese journalists be so run at that I know what celebrity.
No on Shashi.
I run the top and I will celebrate and now we
do. The amateur 𝐿𝐿 na journalists no ko here na sababa.
It's yes from henceforth.
The amateur
journalists.
Amateur 𝐿𝐿 indeed say. So Mutala, talking about Lewis Hamilton, I think there is a good move for him. And personally for me, I think I was supporting Mercedes because of this guy. In this Okodia, maybe I think I'll be going with him to see what happens.
Allow cash out.
Wow.
Simple.
It's not. No. Mercedes will pay. I think Ferrari will pay him huge.
Of course.
Mercedes paid, and they pay what Mercedes. It wasn't bad because Lewis Hamilton was the only driver. I am saying only Max Verstappen.
Yeah.
Who share the top 10 earning athletes in the world each year for the past 3 years they've been there. That's why the fact say he's not winning and he's not been consistent with Mercedes in recent times. So he's still earning.
And I read.
And his image alone is huge.
Yeah, I read say or no, he doesn't approach Mercedes for an improved contract.
No, they bring it to him because they know Omo the Breno because
after every Formula 1 season,
Omo the Breno they improve the in the history of racing, there hasn't been any bigger personality or driver than Lewis Hamilton. Maybe Schumacher will come, but then Ocean a brand and how the guy has helped Formula 1, improve over the years. Mutala, he deserves what he's getting. Say winning, but then when him say car treat here, and your age, car treat the more you grow up, the more aware then you become more experienced. That's a goalkeeper, even if you are 40 or 41, you can still drive.
Now he's 39 years.
Wow, she's winning, and he can still drive because even Alonso is what? Is still driving.
And he earns $55 million every year.
Every year from the car. Yeah. Now, Osha we can buy personal, we can buy Puma deals, other deals.
I know that is just from
that's just from racing. So you can just imagine, the kind of figure he is. I think he's still chasing his 8th World Drivers Championship.
Yeah.
And no, what I say, yeah, he's done because now he's still tied at 7 with Michael Schumacher. Yeah. Mutala, yesterday there were some Premier League games. You see, if this is the first time you are listening to me on this show, on the Sports Park show, Mutala, one might think I'm a prophet of doom. One might think, even yesterday, you made a commenter, and Rami Kofi, no, be whom you'll be saying, now I didn't tell now issues. Talking about some of the people you think I have issues with. And Rami Kacha will say, based on my submission, say, Roberto De Zerbi, show where Roberto De Zerbi would think, say, me, Josiah, sitting here, I've got an issue with him.
Why?
But because who will say I'm locked in on the stance, my stance with regards to De Zerbi, which is not true. But you see, United are making a huge mistake. I said they are not fixing anything, no. But they are rather making what? More mistakes. And Endra, some asidebia, aside any kabia. But they should give it to the 18-year-old boy. Yesterday I told you. Say omuma ojam ekoda podimwa. It will be disastrous. How do you lead 2-1? Lead 3-1 at some point in the game. And then sit aloof. Allow Wolverhampton Wanderers to come into the game. Before it will take an 18-year-old boy's brilliance to win you the game. Sisi and Ameshe, the kind of goals they conceded. Mutala. You see, I don't know what is wrong with Ten Hag.
Again, Josiah, let me cut in. Also, me can Getafe, any Greenwood, any Bellingham issue.
Yeah.
Senra, an expert lip reader. Obi a ono timi hwe nkofo ano no hu de o ka no oye expert you say Getafe for employ na ma omo the video na ma no na video no hwe ye no o say Bellingham.
I'm sure there is a woman. Me sure about
it. O say Bellingham. Ade a Bellingham kan ye rapist. I don't know catch the Greenwood.
O kan wo brofumu anase de.
Brofumu. Omo so kan say
the exaggerate omo njanyo.
It's a fair na. You say Getafe for
now then can say Mason Greenwood, I can't say you catch it. What did he see?
No, Greenwood has not commented. He had a issue, no.
Already near what is surrounding Greenwood.
Yeah,
no? They should more kofanyama be bring because the boy they just
quiet because emotions were Greenwood.
No, they are two. Yeah. I don't know Bellingham. I don't know the personal attitude.
Yeah.
We all know him as a footballer. So what I say, and on the pitch we don't see these players what. They are what? Their behaviors, need traits we are heading. That is hidden. But then I don't think say on what basis will.
Yes, there was an altercation. I said, emotion, me piano, now we piano.
See, these are two young English boys.
Bellingham, the expert, according to the expert lip reader, no, or say Bellingham muted the words rapist. But I feel now, Getafe for air press say
the view. Omunja Greenwood himself. Mutala, he's not clearing his name.
Yeah.
So what you say? As on African or clear ni dada. You get it? He's still seeking the sympathy of what? Of the world.
This season, after season A and there, Obesan Greenwood will be on top of the agenda again.
Maybe anything can happen again, and it will bring back what? The news again.
Yeah.
That story again. So there's no need for Getafe to what? To be almost too much. Here.
I did so they are hugging you though.
Oh,
I didn't have
no, they be chef. I know. But at this point, even if Bellingham said it,
Nana Adu, there can be one instance, and you can say some mistakes are. You can say they are very grave.
They leave indelible marks on you.
Indelible marks. The density of an mistake you will bet my year. Over patch. No, it will be difficult to wipe it completely off the minds of people, especially when it has to do with emotions. Emotions, Edney.
Mutala, the guy.
Call for the assembly. Why am Bellingham a camper? If you say,
only say, Sabi, Bearman and Greenwood Cobona, Bearman and a Greenwood in the corner.
No, I'm trying
then
to.
Then where's it? That former Newcastle midfielder, that English Joey Barton.
Joey Barton.
What's the point in on one teammate?
Joey Barton,
but when it has to do with the opposite sex.
But the point I'm trying to make is
that level now.
Yeah.
The point I'm trying to make is
the Josiah Quaye.
I hear I agree with the
no, I'm looking at Bellingham, any Greenwood, and I don't see the rivalry. I don't see any sort of rivalry.
And they go for one.
Me who rivalry be as a Greenwood neighbor? No, it's a derby. Getafe against Real Madrid. We understand. But I'm looking at the guy, and I don't see any rivalry between Onum. And besides, who English players are home. Baby, enmity. There's no element of enmity between them, especially if they are playing in a foreign land.
But my conclude is and to say we individual and subayansa.
Yes, it's America just say we. I don't know.
Bellingham no or say goes or born home.
Yes, it's
America. One subanya.
It's America say we know him.
Greenwood Farball be na Odeko ena Bellingham ebe sa any ball ni na. Yes, after that no case, but they are saying it would be a hard case to prove. Even though they are Spanish Football Federation, it will be hard to prove because audio be any.
Audio be any. And a lip sync so the
yes.
Lip sync so
the. What say expert?
Oh say no, I expert.
What shows?
They are to so expert.
Onya lawyer, papa, bet my catch say what shows guy because the audio ni ade more difficult too.
So what you say?
Audio ni ma.
I think say.
But what do you want football to make us say?
No, usually no.
Sure ni di I don't do one so be say.
Oh, they be. And they hypothetical. Pass you assuming. Put assumptions aside. What we are saying, it's here lately. Who should play some kasa? They try to.
Of course.
Because the Munim say, no one can hear. Yes, there's a case where lips, you're so expecting lips we. Or bet you have a say, oh, this is what he said. But then they will have to prove it the hard way.
Yeah, the hard
way. But the point I'm trying to make, they say.
So, this person, or not the video of that person, can create you, but meditate.
But you have to prove it the hard way.
You need to prove it.
Because there's no audio and court deals with evidence. And your assumptions,
so as I say,
what man as you say, Michelle Josiah, no cabo so now. Sebi or yami. But Mr. Betwaka say, na say audio be him. Because they are words, be a sound. You know some of the words. Where you see the same way. The same
way. Yeah.
Something I said.
But I try to do is to say, I didn't know Spain for a year. So far, the two English in a year fast, and we have a 2 months.
I said no more for
that we actually
no. Greenwood is with Getafe. And now Omakobo match the Asho 2-0. And you the Getafe any Greenwood account. Getafe and the press you.
And I Bellingham so form
well,
no, and
the way
Getafe club now Madrid.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I think it's in the Spanish.
El Madrid.
I think it's in the capital. Say Abrafon, the idea may stay do many brony be a juma kakabe 2 months. Not Cherma dear for 2 months, solid or a Germany. The mean almost say sometimes they don't need a course to press charges. So almost person we say if it must be done, it must be done right. Sometimes only reason but the reason they say I was say prepare. So they don't need a reason to press charges. But Getafe in their press, say Josiah, I understand Josiah. There's so much baggage around Greenwood. So I said he didn't die. Also, of course, Getafe Spain no, and you go no besha. Until Greenwood assem. That is how he must.
But Andrea said me who the movement. Be now who say yes, there is something that.
No, in Bobo.
Oh,
guy no there.
Then I be who Greenwood. Na ne do pa.
Na no can go be o shemo mo kan enye go.
Debi and then I be who Greenwood.
Greenwood. And you see, that is why Getafe should rather help the guy to win the heart of people with his football and the talent instead of trying to, fight back Jude Bellingham, who is also a co-English. Because I didn't want to share now we creating war between the English press and the Spanish press.
Before we need a English for team
and this thing might not go a long way.
I'm sure if it was a Spanish player, they
because
would not have gone on with
I'm
it.
also looking at Jude Bellingham.
The
way all leading the race, the way he's leading the race to what? To win the Ballon d'Or. They don't see, both of the players do not need this at this time. Both players, Greenwood and Bellingham, do not need this at this time. No, and we know Jude Bellingham as a footballer.
No, there be so the assumption.
Yes, we know players need to in some way you won't believe it. But some of the players have weird characters. Some of these players have weird characters. But some of these players share character you catch a so
they are human
players they are just human.
You know 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄. Now newspaper from Madrid dressing room a journalist.
No report girl no coffee no
innocent. He was one of the leaders in the room. They are players like they are human beings like us.
I want to say it's Jude Bellingham I wouldn't dispute it. So neither will I. You can't prove that's the point. But then to help to save Greenwood is 22. Bellingham I think is 20. Bellingham year 20. Yeah. Greenwood year 22. Young boys. There's no point dragging this one. Yes, there is a rivalry. Getafe Real Madrid. Yes. Yeah, saying. But then to allow the boy to still win the heart of people, to redeem himself, Mutala is not needed.
Yeah.
Getafe for more munchi same way mukra. And Bellingham can say, especially if the boy hasn't said anything.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure they might try to drag it and drag the boy into it. If this thing should go on further, so unim regragri, any mema as same way.
Yeah.
Say bako yusu racist you can say words against him. The other one to say there they be and you know crap. At the end of the day, see it as a demeaning to the character and the personality of these two players. So they should just allow it to lie.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about, but I know maybe.
Okay.
Mutala.
Yeah.
Do you know the whole of this season? Inter Milan, after 21 games, they've conceded just 10 goals. After 21 games, 10 goals in 21 games.
10 goals conceded in 21
games, Inter Milan.
International Milan.
They have the best defensive record in Europe.
What is their setup like at the back?
The 3-5-2. Where Pavard, Acerbi, and the other guy. I'll find his name. The three. Either say Obebo is or
and Di Marco.
No, Di Marco plays at the left wing.
Bastoni.
Okay.
Bastoni.
Acerbi, and either Damien or Pavard.
Eti De Vrij nyabi mokrebi.
Stefan
De Vrij.
De Vrij.
Okay.
That's the setup. I'm trying to arrive at something. You see, I'm still talking about United. Mutala. And I'm telling you, they are making a mistake, and the coach made it way out. Erik ten Hag. See, he's proving to me, Mutala, he doesn't have balls. I have come to believe that Mutala, you put a young goalkeeper. Your number 2, the Bayenda guy.
Out there, but
Bayenda guy.
Bayenda.
Oh, the new two in Newport. Mutala, you consider 2, you were able to advance. Mutala, why don't you continue to build the confidence of this guy?
Maybe he wants to go back to his number 1.
You see, I don't know what Ten Hag has seen about Onana, honestly. And I'm not sure United this season, top 10 teams now. They are the only team with a negative goal difference.
Yeah. They scored a concede.
After conceding 3 yesterday, Onana has conceded 50 goals for Manchester United.
In how many games?
In just 38 games.
38 games.
We're conceding 50 goals for Manchester United.
Do you know, Onana by AFCON, but Osha, he missed only 1 game.
United were not playing games at that time. The only game they had to play was Newport.
Hey, Bannising.
He could have missed 2 or even more if he had left earlier. You see what the coach is doing. Yesterday, if not for Kobe Menu and the goal he scored, then I'll come to that guy. But that guy, see, is
a Kobe Menu Akoshegwa Akodani debate. You say there's no excuse for Enzo Fernandez.
Oh, debut. Enzo put the same level. No, he's a World Cup winner.
No, I'm gonna say Enzo is not playing well at Chelsea, so there's no excuse.
Enzo is not getting someone to help him. He's not getting the right partner to complement him. Kobe Menu is playing with Casemiro.
Yeah, and I really saw the importance of Casemiro.
And I can tell say a player like Casemiro, United will need him because he needs to shield the back.
I realized Lisandro is that calm on the ball. He's the best when it comes to playing from the
back.
On the ball. But Casemiro is that shield.
So it allows Kobe Menu to be the box-to-box player. So what you say?
Do you think Kobe is a DM or a box-to-box player?
He players maybe was a no. Baby, how do you bet to be? They can give it to you.
That is what Kobe.
And look at the skill. Dobby skill now. That skill is a skill of a winger. Skill no, or did not make it player no. How they done it? A place. No, that's a typical winger go.
But Anthony Nyebida.
And I make that's a typical winger go.
Anthony then.
No, David. Now we can wingers Anthony what in account. Look, no, Mutala, you saw the goal.
Yeah, I saw the goal.
The way Ochiane he not make the first player, then or control ball and he finessed the ball.
There was nothing the goalkeeper could have.
No, this is not a central midfielder. This is not a goal that central midfielders would score. How many central midfielders will have the technique to do such a thing at 18 years?
Do you think Ten Hag is justified choosing him over the likes of Eriksen?
The guy is young, he's vibrant, he's energetic, he's very active. In Tiabanesa, it's about the pairing.
When he was introduced by Ten Hag or started some games, there were a lot of bashing from people like Roy.
Oh no, but people loved him.
No, from people like Roy. Say he's too young. Say over the likes of Eriksen. But Ten Hag so your call under 21s. Who say Akwande Bobo. He felt the guy was too comfortable playing at that.
No,
they level.
Not dream winning.
Or say as a
I forgot it, but if you cast your mind back, you can.
Scored.
I think Martial scored in that game.
Yeah.
They won 3-0 at Goodison.
Yeah.
And in that game, he was arguably the best player.
You were of the view that Abrante Pro preseason was going to have an effect on Manchester United, and people sent me message say, "Obi Aumbo, senior team now say he would be an integral part of the team."
Now tell me, say if Ten Hag has come out to say he's found his perfect 11. He says the team is just a perfect team he can field on any given match day. Why has he said that? Because there's balance within the team. The Casemiro, you see, if you are, that's why the best coaches will tell you, see, if you are old enough or if you are good enough, you are old enough.
You are old enough.
Now age here then. They be age here then.
If you are good enough, you are old enough.
Of course, if you are good enough, you are old enough.
If you are good enough, you are old enough. Sana Josiah Quaye.
If you are good enough, you are old enough. It doesn't matter if you are 16. Yenti and Barcelona for about Pedri and Gavi. Look at the football the guy is playing.
Man, who say 16 years big boy? Lamine Yamal.
Lamine Yamal is he not 16? Is he not playing ahead of players who are 20 and 25? He's playing ahead of them. So if you are good enough, you are old enough. If not for that, we wouldn't have seen a 16-year-old line. I can say we're Rooney.
And see, then me question and maybe son and they do know. You would also subscribe to that. Say, Kobe Menu can be a player that has a shout in the English national team for the Euros.
Theo, maybe the English wouldn't, because now the English football FA, they have a transition plan, a developmental plan. That's why Osho under 23, under 21, talent they go on.
But Southgate has already discussed him with some of the members.
So maybe for the future, but they wouldn't rush him to the Euros. No.
Okay.
So in the current form, they
won't rush because they won't rush him to the Euros. He's only 18.
But I've seen 𝐒𝐿𝐴 at the age of 18.
Look, debut. You are comparing that English time.
Era.
Look at this era. Look at the under 17 winners in India 2017. I'm not going to rush Kobe Menu to this tournament. I'm not saying he's not good enough.
Yeah.
He can make the cut. But if I were the coach, I wouldn't rush him to the tournament.
Because you want proper growth.
Exactly. There's a developmental plan for these players.
Well, Munwo can say, if you are good enough,
we are talking about club football. And America was a club football. We've seen a number of 16-year-olds. If you go to Spain are in transition. So they are building the team around the young boys. The 16, 18, 20 boys.
I think at 18, Ansu Fati was in the Spanish national
team.
But Mexico on the first World Cup 2006, they're gonna qualify first one
at 20.
Go and check the Argentina squad that time.
He was 20 then. And America just said, listen, the English now since 2015, they have a developmental plan for their youth. It's an also on under 21. Almost all the players are Premier League players. Why don't they rush them to the national team? Because they are not in the haste.
Portugal 2004, 20 years ago. Now we're not doing.
Listen, in every generation.
And that time, you're
not understanding what Have you seen?
You know one area that England is struggling currently.
Midfield.
Yes. And
who says
that is what the English media is saying? Say they'll have a lot of strikers, they have a lot of wingers,
and maybe have a lot of wing backs.
And maybe who says
have midfielders. But obviously, like I said, Trent Alexander-Arnold, in midfield. Into why are you sending Kobe Menu? John Stones squad, my boy in midfield. So why are you talking about Kobe Menu? So, but it's Josiah point. He wants a proper growth for him. On person very rational.
If the money is difficult,
okay.
If you are England for defense, you can mention.
But let me take you to let me take you to the England current under 21 team and look at the players they have there. James Trafford, he's the Euro under 21 winning goalkeeper. Nancy Ayu now Omuchi Spain for sure. He was a keeper. And when he was Chima Burnley, he's Burnley number 1. Omuwo Jared Brathwaite, he plays for Everton. Jarrell Quansah plays for Liverpool. Valentino Livramento, Obama Newcastle. Harvey Elliott, Obama teammate, Liverpool. They have I'm mentioning on top stars. No, Noni Madueke is there. Mamisho on bench. James McCarthy is there. Taylor Howard Bell is So look at the players out team way for the under 21. Is Harvey Elliott not playing some good football?
Yeah.
So why are they not rushing him to the top? Ask yourself. I don't know. One problem was they have Elliott Echo.
Yes, almost central midfield or more problem.
Who says they have a problem? You mentioned say the coach plays certain players not because of form, but he plays them because what he wants to continue with the project. He wants continuity.
Target has said now Calvin Phillips ball England team He said he's the best for that role.
No, but look at the players. Good. I found on the team now with the ball Spain. When did they play Spain? They played Spain not long ago in the Euro final. Just recently. They played in July of last year, 1 year by. And look at the team they had. Morgan Gibbs-White, Anthony Gordon, Emil Smith-Rowe, Curtis Jones, Angel Gomez, Cole Palmer, Max Aarons, Levi Cole, James Garner, even playing or central midfielder. He was playing at the number 2 position. And James Trafford. Look at from a bench, Oliver Scape, Noni Madueke, Cameron Archer, Harvey Elliott, Jared Brathwaite, Ben Thomas, Ben Johnson, and Obo 2, Edmund West Ham. Luke Thomas. And tell me, say, the coach will rush an 18-year-old into the team. No, you are not getting the point.
That is another argument.
Yes.
Mate said,
how many? Yes.
That is another argument. Mate said the likes of Poskos Musu make. He
said,
it's not as if he's playing in the championship.
No, but there's another player playing for Liverpool.
But he doesn't start games.
He starts games.
Javier Lawson starts. If
Why you go for squad player?
No. All things being equal.
And how many games has Kobe Mainoo started for United this season?
All things being equal. If Soboslai, McAllister, Endo, Curtis Jones, Omoye Fitter.
Elliot
starting. There's a high probability.
Who said so?
By name, coach may take a bold decision. Like I said, Bob Mainoo ahead of Amrabat.
No, now Mainoo is a mainstay in that Manchester
United ahead of Amrabat.
No, but who
ahead of
Ericsson? Or a mainstay in that Man United team, no.
So in the situation,
he's now an integral part.
Elliot.
Yes.
But do you know Elliot has started more games?
Yes.
Than Kobe Mainoo
yes.
this season.
Because
So what's the
first one? He was injured.
No, listen. He started more games than Kobe Mainoo this season. That's the argument I'm trying to make. And I'm telling you that most of these players you see are Premier League proven players who are still playing. Is Kopama not playing?
Yeah.
He's even old. The guy hasn't really gone. The guy hasn't really gone through.
Kopama position boss.
And I make catch us. The guy hasn't even gone through the youth system.
Oh, but Greenwood didn't go through the youth system.
Greenwood
are more under 17.
You are not. Listen,
now see he hasn't gone through. And I make catch us Greenwood.
Listen to the point. May catch us. Listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Listen. The English FA has a plan.
Yeah.
So what you say, and they are sticking to what? To that plan. That is why they have a very rich under 21 team, a team that can beat Spain to what? To win the Euros. But if a player like what's his name, Kobe Mainoo, hasn't played a full season, the games are starting in the Premier League 8. Why would you rush him to a tournament? Look at the advantages and the disadvantages. That's what I'm asking you to do. Share advantages of taking him to the tournament and the disadvantages. I just mentioned the England team, under 21 team, that beats me.
Yeah.
Almost all the players over there are starters for their respective club teams. Almost all the players are starters for their respective club teams. Kobe Mainoo is a good player. But then the English, Jude Bellingham,
he started 16 years.
No, all England. His England way was around 17 or so. The England was no one is doubting the boy's quality. What I'm telling you is that Thierry Abekano, and I'm telling you this, and I'm telling you they won't take the boy to the Euros.
No, he's not saying they will take him to Euros. Ideally, England midfielders or midfielders or
is it?
James Madison bench.
The players are.
James Madison is fighting the number 10 row with Bellingham.
Who's number 8 row?
Number 6, number 8. The double pivot, they kind of 6 and 8. Now make us say in the England for all to be equal. Players are more bosses here. You mentioned Conor Gallagher, Omo Declan Rice, Omo Calvin Phillips. What situation?
Ward Prowse.
Omo Kobe Mainoo. No about Ebia Henderson. Among the 6, financial all things be equal, you are choosing 4 out of these 6. Because mostly, like you said, double pivot or the 4 or more. Aquatia 5. And you are choosing maybe 4 players from this particular position. Now, I'm going to say Curtis Jones and Elliot can make a case. But this particular CC, now who the no 4 no? Only come Mainoo count. Now we can say, a good player. But per their structure and how Manyaman and say we England no. Ebia no going to me and call this tournament. But me feel say Opia.
No, I don't think he will go. Me na make ideal keke say Osha form dia can make you seen ahead of Calvin Phillips. But Calvin Phillips has joined West Ham United. And Calvin Phillips doesn't get into the England team based on form.
Now you see about started to but I'm not the case.
Is the coach's project and continuity.
No, but Nana Adu person be per quality.
He's quality enough to go. I'm not saying he doesn't have the quality to go. And if Osha Bo or no Bona, I think that he's a good player to complement Rice in the heart of midfield.
That's the issue.
Declan Rice.
Yes.
6
and 8. No, not even backup. 6 and 8. Box to box. They'll give you quality because both of them will cover ground. And this guy is also a good passer of the ball. He's a press-resistant midfielder. And I've explained the goal. Say, ball way wingers neshe. Ball way central midfielders neshe boy. So we more bisulia. No, and the composure. And only one of the best qualities. Say, Okitaboa on Popo.
No, or combine. Well, Ghana for me here. Or combine both Michaelesian and Toniana. I want the ball.
No, ne party 6 and 8.
Oh yeah, one yeah. Oh yeah,
Kobe Mainoo ne party 6 and 8. I will black star fifi ho.
Now you say some Ghanaians can. What you bold yeah.
How much my boom dia say?
You said we brought Ghana so.
Kobe Menu bro Ghana so.
Na go dey
Kobe Menu no ni ball chan party ana. Aseme na.
Na go na say na party na ball na hin obo.
Ah, when na Kobe Menu ni party 6
and
and 8.
Party na hin obo. Obo na hin obo.
Kobe Menu party 6 and 8.
He said abure so.
What Kobe Menu abure so.
Whoa. Just with one performance, I say Wabro. So Kobe Menu is he's far the level. Say social the level now. It's far. No, at
Onyesika no better so better foundation you are. Said the by ball the not in here.
Salis ama ye ka Kobe Menu asenka ye nka Kobe Menu.
Dusu Baba.
No, but he's a top player.
Baba mo ke nka Kobe Menu. Na wonya Kobe Menu ni Dusu Baba 6-8. Now
Ode on sanso be say boy no ball. Say ode o san be say boy no. Boy na say on go pay Dusu Baba. Obi oni Casemiro bobo claf o si oba no ni Idrisu Baba me bobo.
Idrisu Baba 6 and 8. Now the Kudus account 3 man. And Ababo Kudus say Obabo Kudus said omo bono paketa. Now the okay, me Idrisu Baba Kobe Menu party 6 and 8. One lie midfield be anywhere say betima. Kobe Menu party 6 and 8.
Mabremo.
Midfield ben.
Mabremo. Here on Bampo.
Kobe Menu ma.
He won't even think of coming.
Sika na ni parent be catch say.
Oh, Sika ben. Na baby I want
foundation you
Charlie, Jai Skat because the ball he's playing. If they should give him an improved contract again, this guy would 100,000, 120,000 straight.
So now 2 players let's say a year on Hojuma. Kobe Menu
Jeremy Frimpong.
Debi akoya wasa ma ba Kusi Asare.
Now pe Jeremy
Frimpong you forget no. You will 2 papa. You will 2 or hon tell. O say oh I didn't get ya.
And the Ghana for
but Kobe Menu we need Kobe Menu.
Empire hin wa bo ama grad. What you Empire hin wa bo ama Kobe Menu.
Menu Obama England and home for so.
Sana mo ko yes akra we Callum Hudson Odoi. Ene he you dey nam. But the one no be for play. But the one no be for play. Ene nketia. Ye nketia. Look at on be boy empo nketia.
E dey back home ha nam ha. Ghana from by dey no man no fa.
But Menu is a must. Who the wild dream about
Mutala,
Ghana ni eating.
I'm not even eating to start dreaming. That dream is too much. It will take too much energy to dream.
Bon match. Na ye bo line up no. Thomas Partey ebo 8 Kobe Menu ebo 6
na ye ba se ye ko campaign wa fa futuro kwani wuza akwa brankes
Arsenal
what the never do be fa futuro kwani wa akwa brankes ya go
Arsenal and Man United 6 and 8 our Black Star midfield look at how juicy it will be.
Mutala, let me end with you see I've spoken about Kobe Menu. Ten Hag on show be
yeah
if he doesn't have the balls to bench Andrew Onana then he'll be sacked.
And also, I don't see it happening.
No, he'll be sacked. No, but how can a goalkeeper play 38 games and concede 50?
And I don't see it happening.
Telling that no, at the on-shot, Anna. How can a goalkeeper play 38 and concede 50 goals? Aden, goalkeeper ba go kwa striker say pay 50 goals. I said, unkwa who what concede 50? Ready, jai. I can't do none and kwa the anka Ghana before you should for is
But Andra, they mean to be blaming na third goal no. But second goal they solely on him.
So it means Onana end to mean consider 3 goals e be fino.
I say goalkeeper, unim the ababe Onana they na better than cliche. There are people who don't even watch the game. But say Ashema United 4. Obaka ko tweet say Onana asa. But
unim chianga
who be a uhwe game na. Ube say some like the third goal for instance. It wasn't on him. It was nothing. Yeah. I would rather praise the intelligence of Pedro Neto. Say Otrin, who's a left be at ball kwa obi enim so obekele akwa. The way ball ne share no. But second goal ne
this season.
Second goal
Mutala, before I end with the Inter Juventus. This season. Yeah. Mutala. Me who say United goalkeeper be a saver. A shit team in grinder. I've not seen it.
Save.
Say ye save be able to say when ye Edin Cranche be I energize boys no.
Buy no ye save we no san job akuma ne fa na motu. So why na mu praising.
Ojam. Wait.
Why na mu praising.
Me no me want say because Kumanche. Mutala, Inter Juventus is the biggest one.
Inter Juve.
Charlie big game. Big game.
It's me a title decider.
No, it's actually there. There's a 6-pointer.
Arsenal
Liverpool is there, but this game is a huge game. And I'm telling you, say, we know a league, European top 5 leagues now. Inter, Oma consider 10 goals all season. They have the strongest defense in Europe.
How much about having a Champions League?
How many Atletico no? And this season Champions League, you need to watch out for them. Again,
This month, yeah.
Say by next 2 weeks, now starting. 14th.
Yeah, we have
They're on a good run.
I'm telling you, they are playing some exciting. And once they on my team, no, I said the coach knows how to identify the players, no. Marcus Thuram, you can say Lautaro.
I just feel
And the some midfield three of Çalhanoğlu, they call it Barella,
Mkhitaryan.
and Mkhitaryan. Charlie solid. And they are not giving away plenty goals. And so show go back up. And if they should win that game against Juventus, I think it's a league normal for
That
them.
game, the very nice game. They'll be winning piano.
Oh no, they win it because Inter still they lead by a point
Yeah.
and they have one more game
One
to play.
game. Or they
It is-
will pass out
So which
the-
means we win this our game now. It will take them to 4 point clear, and if they should win, they are standing 7 points. Or much league no.
And the more reason why they have to win that game is when they say Juve are also on a good run because they are not playing any game in Europe.
No,
almost
but
they are just playing
the league, no.
So,
But
and
what's
Vlahovic, as of this year, we're finding the
They are not convincing.
Yeah,
Inter are the only team that can score 4 and not concede.
of course.
Juve we need 1, 2-1, but Inter 8, Michel 5, 6 on concede. That's the difference.
And venues now Inter could win you or
No, so coach Fiorentina go win you
Fiorentina.
Yeah,
Fiorentina.
these are
Napoli.
baby heading Napoli. Wako win you already. Watching AC Ashan 5-1.
Lazio.
Charlie, no, they if they should win this game,
Okay.
they can win it. And the Arsenal Liverpool game, is it Arsenal City?
Arsenal, Liverpool,
Hey, Arsenal more able Liverpool.
City, Bob Brentford.
Charlie,
But the City will be watching that game with
because they are playing on Monday.
And to no better than no share. Oh, our standing games.
But-
I will win for Liverpool.
But why do I feel say Arsenal for and one dinner tiaba form?
And yes, how do you feel? I tell about form.
I think the Liverpool more bought with some much
Yeah.
more energy
Yeah.
than Arsenal now.
Yeah.
The depth of the squad.
Oh, not that way. Quality
Depth
be Joe Gomez, money,
depth
Conor
when
Bradley.
now
Arsenal needs a depth of squad.
Oh, Arsenal that top
When
when you have Trossard, you have the likes of Trossard on
See,
the
they can
bench.
rise in 100%.
Kai Havertz.
Kai Havertz,
No,
Gino Munina.
the guy is
Can rise
no.
in 100%.
Even Liverpool are improvising because they are playing without a team. Endo is not available. Gavin Birch is hurt, and they are playing without what a natural DM.
Yeah.
Ijogun
But Nanedu pa because Kai Havertz was even on the bench for
Arsenal
at
at
when they
Nottingham.
played Nottingham. Nketiah was on the bench. Trossard was on the bench. Jorginho,
The
Kyrgios
squad
at
we-
the bench.
Squad where squad get what?
Cedric to bench. Reece Nelson to
Now
bench.
Obi bought Conor Bradley too. Now Obo Joe Gomez 3, and you feel say, oh come on, Charlie. No, but I am tipping Liverpool to win this one because
tipping Liverpool to win.
They know say now they have City on their heels, and they have to do everything they can to win this title for club.
Why do I feel this game could end in a draw?
It's not a draw. I'm going for a Liverpool win. Mutala Yakubu.
Because if Arsenal do not win that game, a big one for them. Unibibi, they are leading Tottenham Hotspur
3
and Aston Villa by 3 points. And when we need that game now, before the weekend, Arsenal could be fit on the table.
If
Aston Villa,
and both you can say winning.
yes, Omunyina be level 1 point, and that could be okay. Yeah, sure, say ABC. Josiah Quaye Nana Adu and kind messages in front now for the entry or your bar. Now we are heavy on the fin seminary the air console. We say good morning Mutala and the Max team. Mutala, I am one of those who believe every moderator have a way of moderating their program. However, I discover you don't allow your speakers to come through with their point before you cut in whenever you are moderating. Please allow both Nana Adu and Josiah to make their point with your question, thereby preventing them from driving home their point straight away. Deacon from Teshi Tribleo. We also say my name is Lil E. Kobimeno is Claire of Enzo and Caicedo combined. We say hi. This week I hope Xavi will obey me and he will go for 4-3-2-1 formation. We will score more goals. Visca Barca, Catalonia is also then Visca Barca, Catalonia. It's your boy, 5-star. We say Mutala, please forget Menu won't play for Ghana. I watched his video. I'm delighted. I said I am delighted. Texting from Soto. I don't know. I can't saw more my end. We say good morning, Mutala, and your super fantastic panel. Carlo Ancelotti is now the special one. Real Madrid reminds me of then times how to folk 64 Battalion. Haaland is always welcome to the best club in the world. Mutala, I want to know if I can listen to Max Sports in Kumasi. Yeah, via Facebook you can listen. My name is still Joel from Bubiashi. We see Onana at 50. He's giving his enemies like Josiah a weapon to fight him back. He has made Josiah now a prophet. Mutala, last year, or say the last warning, leave 𝐒𝐈𝐕𝐄. He's not coming to play for us. Austin from Adenta. Hey, Austin. Wait, I must say, we say, Mutala, I'm disappointed in you. And Josiah, how can you say 𝐻𝐻𝐒 should cool down on the case? Did you guys hear what Matarazzi said to Zidane in the audio? But it came out that he said something bad. How can you defend Bellingham? Also, it's an abusive word that you guys should condemn it. Ghanaians are listening to you. Josiah never talks good about United. We are used to him. We don't care about whatever he says. Okay. Wait, greetings from Sakumono. This is your boy, Lipman GH. Lipman. Wait, Chelsea will bounce back. Yesterday, without money and CR7, Messi cried. Okay. And this one also says, good morning, Max Sports. Erik ten Hag is a bad coach in his decision making. I remember your man in the studio said Erik ten Hag will sack his own self by signing Onana. And it's true. Ten Hag and Onana are the downfall of United. Ojiwan Ghana. Mate. Good morning to you, Nana Adu and Josiah. Mutala 𝐒𝐈𝐕𝐄 under a good coach will be a better player to watch. Wow. The boy is so talented from the youth side. This is action, the boat driver. But 𝐒𝐈𝐕𝐄 is playing well even under ten Hag. Well, greetings to you, Mr. Mutala and your crew. The inconsistency of the VAR continues in the EPL. How can you give such a dubious penalty? EPL referees will never learn. I am ten Hag Jr. Okay. Good morning, Mutala. Thanks for the good work done. Liverpool will leave the EPL. Oscar, taxi driver from Nungwa Methodist, and no anyway bye. And this one says the Madrid yesterday, none of the goals Wolves scored was Onana's fault. Last Sunday, a 6th-tier team, Newport scored to equalize against Man United in the FA Cup, and Onana was not imposed. Josiah has personal issues or hate for Onana. He never talks about his team, Chelsea, who spent over 1 billion and struggling in 10th position. Kofi from Kaswa. Well, say good morning, Max Sports. I got a dream about Haaland moving from Man City to Real Madrid and flop more than Eden Hazard. I am Sakod here. Money made inside Tema Matayeko. Greetings to my beloved friend Christiana Amma Damte Tamaklu and her mom inside a Gulf City. This one also says, good morning to you. The team Manchester United was wasteful yesterday from Rocco at Kissiman. Congratulations to my darling club Real Madrid for winning yesterday. Hala Madrid. Greetings to all gringo pub ladies at Ashoman First Water, especially Boss Kush Crow from Ashaman. Ashoman Pure Water. Okay. The #1 sports station in Ghana, Max Sports, no size. Greetings to Raskobi, one of Insawem Senior High School, Mr. Odenomo from teacher Mante. We see Mutala, the name of the Everton player is Blietinov, the Russian international. Blietinov, okay? And another Nedu person born Blietinov. You are part of the show. You keep educating us, you keep correcting us. And today we are grateful. Samuti and I'm correcting and I'm contributing to the show too. We say I'm Tozik from Tema Community 9 inside Mr. Saki Rewinding Shop. 𝐾𝐂𝐊 should be in England squad ahead of Calvin Phillips. Good morning, Mutala. This is Bonnie at the City inside Birmingham. Haaland is going nowhere. How many Champions League trophies did Benzema win with Madrid before leaving? I like your rhymes though. Me against Popo, me against Keeper, me against Net. Okay. I know United. Bogusa. Well, say good morning, Max FM. First time texting. Good work done by you guys. We used to say have a nice weekend. Piaga from Achem Asafo. Good morning to you. Yes, today is who, but Nigeria is going to win. Dr. Congo is going to win. Good. Please keep up the good work. I am listening and watching live from New Fadama Presby Church. Daniel Osei Usu. Well, it's a fantastic morning show coming from the fireman inside Cowbell Industrial Area. In fact, Onana should be studied by scientists, and Anthony's 90 million looks like 90k. But Kobbie Mainoo brilliance is the truth and answer to Man United future. He's the real definition of Clarence Seedorf years back at AC Milan between 2002 and 2012. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people comparing Kobbie Mainoo to Clarence Seedorf. Yeah, I saw it on social media yesterday. We say I can't get the Sports Park one on Radio Garden. What is happening? Joe from Tishi. Brady Sewate. Almost munya radio. We know Max FM. Radio Garden app. So we say good morning, Mutala. I agree with Josiah. I don't know what is wrong with Ten Hag. So is Onana the only goalkeeper in our team? The coach will be sacked through Nana. We will live to see. Greetings to Nana Ofe and Astiwani, a boat driver at Taifa. He always listens to Max FM and I'm in pass him. It's Legon Blue Gates and I know anyway by. We see so Kobbie Mainoo scores a goal against Wolves and this morning program is all about him. We didn't hear his name all over when recently he gave the ball away in the game and led to Man United conceding a goal. Mutala 14th is our demonstration day against the GFA. I am delighted. Texting from Seoul to we say good morning, Mutala and your crew. It is Prosper from Nungwa. Please be frank with yourself. If Kobbie Mainoo is your brother, would you advise him to play for Ghana? Yes, me too. For so me mind Ghana. Me do me mind Ghana. Enti mebusuani bia oye mebusuani anka meka so wo share Black Star jesi no na wo moma ye one party 6 and 8
the kusu ombo magana and so konya opportunity wo Man City a oye ne interview also obe ya ade kese bi okurum ha na in the holidays period no obeba Ghana na he speak tree owe ebusuafo no omo kasa oba Ghana che but he will try and make sure that this time obeba so it tells you that no matter what you do for those people no unchi ha na free
or Mesamba.
Aha na beba.
Memphis Depay ko.
Memphis Depay. Or Pelak. E wana bra boma. Aha no beje lak no.
No de ko.
Se waba no ko 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄.
No ko tumfo.
No ko ha. Oko ha ni nia or sticky for lak. Aha na obenya no. Aha na unfuru ma fi.
Eti Kobbie Mainoo yo nua ka beba na boma Black Star.
There is no place like home.
Okay. So Nana Adu na Atenika. Good morning. I know Dominic 24. I say I'm Jehovah from Old Ashoma Pure Water New Estate. Please, Mutala, is Anthony really from Brazil? Question ya obi me there. The passport any BBH so Brazil ni. Because I can't think far with how he plays. I want to ask what is his best attribute as a player. And a fantastic goal from Kobbie Mainoo yesterday. And please, Mutala, don't you think Ten Hag was sent by one of our enemies to come and destroy Man United? Because with certain strange decisions he's making, makes me think so. How can a goalkeeper from another tournament to keep the post? So what is the use of the second goalkeeper? Greetings to all Saturday squad, especially Shaq, Nani, Jerry, Kinto, Bronzy, Goody, and the rest. Well, so my name is Lil E. Last night, Rudiger came in with the intentions to break Mason Greenwood's leg, but Kama got him badly and he will definitely be out for months. And Bellingham also harassed and abused Mason last night. Guess what? The karma that would come hitting him, I promise I will be here for your downfall. Hey, not just a what's Bellingham a downfall. I mean the best to me kind messages to be I appreciate all the messages that came through, but send a bra 0506 367 196 making kind nina Eddie ama ye try and hold your bar. We are heavy on the fin some ye baby fee near shed and also echo. You try your echo amanone sabrede yedi any echife. It is all about the Africa Cup of Nations. Now stage, chassis interested fixtures the war. Nigeria and Angola the bepim so 5 p.m. not Dr. Congo and then you 8 p.m. Kenya one Guinea at the Abuani. Now AFCON koso neso enra in Abidjan. Enra in Abidjan. Bibi koso the 13th African Games be koso Ghana hano. Enra football no one way draw for the men's and the women's division. Football no for the men's division, 2 groups and ever compete. Currently, unim said the under 20 side and Ghana Man Soccer of Excellence so we represent Ghana in the African Games. Now it's Ghana, host nation, the Gambia, Benin, and the Congo, and the World Group A. For Group B, and also Nigeria, South Sudan, Senegal, Uganda, and Tunisia, they make up a Group B. To me says to be all African Games shall say the 8th of March ball memana film say and a group group A Ghana, the Gambia, Benin and Congo. Group B Nigeria, South Sudan, Senegal, Uganda and Tunisia. They make up a Group B. Now, a man of fame also, and also, unim say Ghana, host nation, that womb, and that kind our Group A, Ghana, Tanzania, Uganda, Ethiopia. Ghana, Tanzania, Uganda, Ethiopia. Now, Group B, and so Nigeria, Senegal, or Cameroon, and Morocco. As a Group B, that is the women's draw for the All African Games. Group B, Nigeria, Senegal, Cameroon, Morocco. Group A, Ghana, Tanzania, Uganda, Ethiopia. Now the big question and there will be a beside say, can Victor Osimhen and his boys conjure magic to go past Angola and pioneer Nigeria and Angola, Dr. Congo and Sonic Guinea? 4 teams here. You will be could be an artist or ballroom or the semi-final stage. It's going to be very, very interesting. Nigeria, Angola, can the Super Eagles come up against the Palancas Negras? Can they come up against the Palancas Negras? Big game. And the Beba Hodom. Victor Osimhen will be leading the charge. Very, very fired up for this one. Because Obaye na Hokeka in this tournament as a was papa. Room with the likes of Nwabali, with the likes of Ajayi, Truce Ekon, Calvin Bassey, Zaidu, Alexi Wobi, and Onyeka Ewoho, Ola Aina, Moses Simon, Mohonomo, Ademola Lukman, Victor Osimhen, Asomoya, above room, Ako, woman name. Harvest one also eba 82 teams now coaches now every Portugal it's the battle of the Portuguese tactics. Can the likes of Neblu, can the likes of Show, can the likes of Freddy, can the likes of Gilberto Mabululu, Jelson Dalla, can they actually cause the Super Eagles problem and any sa game no? Then in the evening there is another big game. Dr. Congo and so any Egypt and Dr. Congo and Guinea and the Congo also qualified to the quarter-final stage after defeating Egypt on penalties. They also drew 1-1 in regulation time and I almost so far home him for Guinea almost only Equatorial Guinea and the Prem so I almost did condemn by a goal to nil. 82 teams and there to progress to the quarter-final stage of the Africa Cup of Nations.
فرح ملايين أهلا بكم في بلادنا قوة في
to the start of the All-African Games. Ghana, are we ready for this tournament? Ghana, are we ready for this tournament? Ghana, are we ready for this tournament? Football, no, draw no, Ababe Toja said, and Mebo so, no, say, one who, teams are Ghana, and mobile ball as far as the men's division and women's division are concerned. Can we actually win gold in the All-African Games? No, Yebehu. Eti se near winning no Blacks Ghana's male under 20 team Black Satellites one head coach, I friend Desmond Affair. And now, ono our Ghana Soccer of Excellence under a year camp, one team in a year preparation for all African games now. Now draw no ebe told you who say Ghana, any Benin, Congo, any Gambia, and ebe no wakasa na menkan and semia a year Desmond Affair kind verbatim. Also, we are really working hard ahead of the tournament. So we are not really looking at the draw because whoever we come up against, I am sure will be ready. You cannot underestimate any country. It is not going to be easy, but a nation like Ghana cannot be afraid of any opponents. We are on schedule. In the coming weeks, we will focus on a year fine-tuning. We have really strong and individual quality. So now it is about putting together a good team so that we can compete. Desmond Affair, the head coach of the Black Satellite, Ghana's under 20 male team, Ena Okasa, and he's very confident. Say Ghana, you bet me and make a statement in the 13th African Games. I be so ewo eye kroma. It is any name now. It is a big one today as the Super Eagles of Nigeria will be coming up against the Palancas Negras of Angola. And on the line, we have someone who is very insightful as far as covering Nigeria is concerned. He knows the ins and outs of Nigeria. He's actually a Nigerian and a coach as well. Richard Ojuola is on the line to speak to us. Richard, if you can hear me, the Super Eagles have made it to the quarterfinal stage of the Africa Cup of Nations. First off, put your sentiment aside as a Nigerian. Did you think this team was good enough to get to this stage?
Good morning. As a Nigerian, patriotic Nigerian, we were not expecting them, but at the same time, it's a tournament football. It's a competition, and what we expected from the first match didn't go as planned. As a fellow Nigerians, we were all not happy with the performance of the Super Eagles, but they pick it up from there. And you can see from the next match against Ivory Coast, it was one match that people even write them off. They came off it and then they delivered. And the last match against Guinea-Bissau, which is the Whipping Boys, people were like expecting the Super Eagles also to, to like crush them, give them like 4-5-0. But football these days is not like that. Football now is all about tactical game, technical minded, and the way you play your cards very well, that's how you go about it. So the same thing happened. They didn't have much goals, and nobody was giving them even the belief in the Cameroon match. But as a Nigerian, that was one of the best performances the Super Eagles have ever put in the competition, from my own perspective.
Okay, now having looked at this Nigerian team for some time, what do you think has accounted for their struggles? Is it the case where they've not had a good leadership in terms of tactics or preparation? Because you can see Nigeria with galaxy of stars, but they go to tournaments and they flatter to deceive.
It's all come down to every football nation, like the way we call it. They are becoming too carried away that we are football nation, superpower, the Super Eagles, the giant of Africa. Pride becomes creeping in. But football now is not like that. The smaller nation, like the way they used to call it, there's no more small nation in football. The last time we can also see it in Euro, we can see it in World Cup, we can see it in Copa America. There is no smaller nations in football. The football is not developing thick and fast. So the football nations should start learning and picking things up as quick as fast as possible, because without that, they'll be left behind. they will be left behind. The struggle Nigeria is going through right now is not. It's a struggle that has affected all the big nations, like I said, and they need to put their hearts together, then fix the fundamentals, go back to basics, because right now the basics about the giants are dead. There is no good U15, no good U17, no good U20, no good U21, no good U23. So how would that translate to the Super Eagles? So this is why you see sometimes the struggles. When your youth is not going well, the grassroots is not going well, you find it difficult in the national teams. So that's where some national teams are finding it difficult.
Fast forward, the Super Eagles are in the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations. They drew their first game. I'm sure there was a lot of backlash because I was monitoring proceedings on social media.
That was what I told you.
I mean, a lot of backlash. But since then, they recovered and have won their last 3 games. What do you think has accounted for that? Do you think the backlash from the Nigerian media has had an effect on their performance?
No, I don't think it's a backlash. I think it's more of a tactical game. The coach switched the formation they are playing and the system, the movement of the players. They switch them, and that's why they get the best out of the players. That's what they are getting, and this is all he can give, because for the moment we went to this Nations Cup with just four midfielders, you can call it just 4 midfielders in a tournament like this. So you just need to play your cards very well, and according to with the coaches, Pasero is playing his cards very well and is getting the results. And for Nigerians, that is all they needed. They just needed the results to keep the fans happy, because football is what makes more than 240 million people happy in Nigeria.
Okay, now, I mean, there's one thing that I've observed within this Nigerian team that I didn't see in time past with the recent AFCONs that they've played. There seems to be some form of unity among the boys, or I am just, Obi Bekasa may hallucinate now, because I see that they are more attached to each other.
It's a great thing. It has been there. There has been unity in all the Nations Cup they are going, but sometimes when results don't go your way, they will say there is a problem in the camp, there is a breakout in the camps, but it's not like that. It's not like that. There is unity among them, and they are all doing well. You can see from the leadership of the general captain, Ahmed Musa, leading the team, to everybody. Everybody is going on well. It has been there for long. It has been with them, but sometimes when the tournament didn't favor you, when what you planned for, what you expect to do didn't favor you, would think what you were learning is not good, or what you went there to do is not good.
Now, it's a level playing field against Angola today in the quarterfinals. Do you think there's pressure on Nigeria looking at their status on the African continent as compared to the Palancas Negras?
Well, that is another very difficult game, because the Palancas and Nigeria is like a very strong match. They once stop us not going to World Cup. They also, when we were playing, is it 1990, one of the World Cup qualifier? Yes, 1990. Yes, Italia 1990. That was where Samok Baraji during the qualifier got dead. So it's a little bit of it's like a clash, a big clash, because we have only won them 3 times. They have won us twice, and we have drew 5. So it's a tight situation. It's a 50-50 game, but Nigeria is going to carry the day.
What do you make of the performance of the current African Footballer of the Year, Victor Osimhen? He's not really scored much in this Africa Cup of Nations. I think he scored just once. But what do you make of his performance in totality?
His performance is one of his exception, because he's given the team one work that we have all been talking about. We have that issue. We have that kind of play with Emmanuel Amunike. We have him there. We have this guy, first in Fenerbahce was his name. It's one of our top scorer in the 2013 Nations Cup that we won. He's there. He's someone that has given the team another uplift, and he has given his all in the team. I just pray that they can give him the best today, and then we see what happens in the semi-final, and then if possible, God permit, see them in final, and we see what he can do.
Okay, now before I allow you leave, where do you think Nigeria can win the game today? Which area of the pitch?
The game will be won more from the wings, because the Panakas are in the midfield. They are very, very tight, and they play very fast football. You see the Portuguese style of football. They play this Portuguese style of football very good. But Nigeria with the 3-4-3 formation switching to 5-4-1, it has really balanced the team. It has given them more balance, depth, width, and moving forward in counter. So the game will be won when you had your chances. When you had your chances, you take it. But I believe Nigeria is also going to carry the day. Like I said, it's going to carry the day.
Okay, Richard, thanks very much. But quick one before you go. This is on the lighter side. Ahead of games like this, games of this magnitude, usually what is the feeling like in Abuja, Lagos, Abeokuta? How is the feeling like?
It's, it's normal. Those are matches that is normal. Like I said, Angola stopped from going to the one of the World Cups. Is it 2006 World Cup?
It was led by Fabrice Aqua.
Yes. So it was using during the head-to-head counts, and then the 1990 where the late Samuel Baraji got his untimely death. So it's a tight one. It's a very, very tight one. But we are going to carry the. Not many goals though. There will not be many goals because for the two teams they don't normally score many goals when they meet. That's why it's going to be tight affair. Very close encounter.
I think Nigeria will make it.
Oh, Nigeria! I believe they are going to make it, and it's our prayer they'll make it so that the masses, 240 million people, will share to joy, and it will be very, very, very interesting if they make it to the final. Out of 240 million people, don't be surprised you are going to see like 80 million people in Ivory Coast to support the Super Eagles.
Okay, thanks very much, Richard Ojuola there. Richard is a coach and someone who knows the ins and outs of Nigerian football. Thanks for speaking to us. It was a pleasure. In terms of strategy and the way they line up on the pitch, coach na abesisa 3-4-2-1. Who's the first leg, first game on boy against Equatorial Guinea, they play the 4-back system. But coach, this is a 3-4-2-1 formation. I said now we are getting the best out of Nigeria. Say, Omone Angola boy tight. I remember that 2006 at Seminole Okado. Fabrice Aqua, now we need team. Or her Nigeria. Okay, I said Angola was strong team. You're going to call a World Cup, no?
Ali for striker.
Yes. Flavio. Obo Ali Liche pa Manucho. I Obama United no. Now on also come. No more very good squad. And I'm going to call it. Also Maha match. Omono Mubo be tight. But he believes the game will be won from the wings, where we have Moses Simon and Ademula Lukman. Also because through the middle, no, Angola for very, very tight. Because Mabululu, Sajel Sindala, no, Udiagra, Omobeha, papa. But do you think the Super Eagles can actually get this one?
A difficult game, you know. In Pempensha, all these clubs, they do. this particular tournament no obi abetumi ahadwene that is one na eba ne say na ukosia a big team na Nigeria anytime bia no ona manfo ntriple say betumi ayden age tournament no enti ya na pressure ne nsi wo so Mutala opo umpo bembi agola team ne du sisia in this tournament no may sure some more targets going to the tournament no o me meet I doubt Angola will be discussing in Angola say 𝐒𝐶𝐈𝐕𝐄 we are I even doubt they were discussing say 𝐒𝐶𝐈𝐕𝐄 we are final. Getting into the quarterfinals, crack keke no. Almost target and the realistic one and the full so do. Now baby you do near how they will make an impact any edimable country so by doing something great against a big nation like Nigeria. Me force Angola for no. There's somebody able to do something, so they've done a great job. Me as a person, no. Now me say Nigeria was squad, but to play good football like this, players be you and Osim money are there by your unselfish in their games. I'm a boy in recent times, you know. My expectation will do something, so we. But at least Nigeria for no. It's my dear. No do something so way. So I'm wishing them well say against Angola no omit me akọ because they are just like us. Omo media no any football people no omo di omo no they will believe say they have one of the best squad omo our continent. So why can't they win it? 11 years ago, 2013 omo win here. So they believe that they can also do something great and win it in this particular year, especially when you're West Africa. And see, Nigeria for will be motivated at least. Omuntumi Angola for the the semi-final stage of the competition. So Mutala, we have a game in hand now. A bit my witness in there involving Angola and Nigeria. Another question I want to ask them about change of status in the system, you know. Me ditum say are bringing the best out of some of these guys. Nigeria were missing some key players. Earlier we were talking about it. Ndidi, Etebo, Boniface, and some few other guys. They were missing them going to this tournament. Ain't it? Ebesi Osimhen so say baby I didn't do no. Strikers and I do more tournament to complement my efforts. Our tournament we know. Most of them are available. In team never see my betting. May Africa Football of the Year. Most of these guys know. Omoji awards at this now. Tournament they win. They would like to prove a point. Say, in European competition in Kwan, I do do something. But what they did for their country is to play a key role. May I sure say Osimhen as a person so. Ben I didn't say this tournament should be its own. To make a statement to a lot of people who are share this particular AFCON. And maybe other Nigeria be so to me, no, some Nigeria, Gia. No, who knows? He will be favorite to win the next one. So imagine him say Nigeria for also by the maybe to qualify. Pesero I and Hodie are bringing the best out of some of these guys. Oh, Nigeria national team, and in recent times, no. Some of these players struggle. That is why that Simon Moses more. No mutumu Nigeria team no mu boy. But make us a tournament way so I Ademola Lookman tournament. At least who remu knockout phase na say who nya one player also 2 goals in the game. Am I confident because all her players they perform with Europe African players now who to mean you players be in film now Ademola Lookman in film because what he's doing for Atlanta. Enti ono so nobody team never do something so yeah make us say yambo Nigeria team na baso anyhow ometuma the best out of Ademola Lookman, Simon Moses, and especially Osimhen. The last time today I was talking about Frank Onyeka, the role in the Nigerian team. Double Brentford. No. And I think I am instrumental in the team. Omunienya the best. And the defensive shape now we consider. Into going to the tournament and they complaining say Nigeria was having a goalkeeping problem. No tournament where expose goalkeepers. No. That is a good sign. I hear the Nigerian team will do something. So Mutala. Maybe I'll be Samia. Mene resource person. Any questions I'll be saying no. we will GDA say by the end of the day, no, the Nigeria team will carry the day and qualify to the next round of the competition. Per the tournament, in the moment, my witness, our tournament, you know, Mutala, Nigeria team which might qualify.
Now, Dr. Congo, on Guinea.
It also, make us say,
I gave me who's an predicting pool.
It could be a 4-time draw in 90 minutes, but you know, DR Congo for no advantage, Kaka. It looks like there are various positions being the game. They have quality players. We are bombing in this tournament, and I'm sure girls are. You know the up front, you know, the player I always say I can in the Premier League.
Jan Visa.
Yes, he is a good player in this tournament. Being motivated by their captain, Gatuka, and their up front.
Remember the air captain.
Remember the air captain. You know we defend the wall in this particular. On the Morocco coach, no go nya sama ma. Yeah. Omo bande ne kakra no. So but
Cedric Bakambu so.
Bakambu said down who so that match, but I think say Katuka bom na ehu so kakra. Their last game am mistake no. But I'm sure he'll be back for this particular game against Guinea. So they are also doing their best. After Maswaku in a good tournament, and some of these players are more than they do some pempen. So Guinea team is on bad. The last game we say Grassy by second half. Now we cater by second half. Those players, you know, now injuring can get to say some.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they will be match fixed for today's game. You know, even though I doubt Naby Keita may start the game, but maybe Grassy will join the other players in the team to start the game for the Guinean national team.
Naby Keita no kura wono club will pra a nation so will pra.
You know, in the last 2 years, on stable. In the last 2 years, injuries and need yakon. In John said Angela and Nassau Bebli sa. So my force say, a game against DR Congo, no, a typical African game, when you are more than in the game, especially. So Nigeria, we win be that. DR Congo, we win be that. Guinea, Angola, and we win be that. So let's see. So one we win be that, but to qualify. Okay. And now one we win be that, no, but may defy all us. Okay. No more to qualify. But I force say, it could be a 4-time draw involving DR Congo and Guinea. But maybe the extra time or the penalty shootout may determine the who qualify. But I think say Mexico DR Congo for no about 55% chance and Guinea for 45% chance of qualify. So my bet is always on the Guinea team to qualify ahead of the DR Congo team to qualify ahead of the Guinean team. Okay,
now they do now turn can hand ye be see the account ye okay, all right.
All African dream draw number.
Yeah, draw number.
Me say now over ball. Maybe a Ghana da.
Yeah.
And the other group no. Yeah, what's the other group no na? The group of them.
Black Princesses. Emana Femono. Ghana is in Group A together with Tanzania, Uganda, and Ethiopia. Group B, Nigeria, Senegal, and
na remember the ne.
Remember the mama farm house is here.
Order me am player Peter Aminu Aqua money those players no want.
Oh boys no ho.
Yeah.
Okay. Remember the no Ghana is in Group A together with the Gambia, Benin, Congo. And Group B, Nigeria, South Sudan, Senegal, Uganda, and Tunisia.
So you be share Benin.
To Ghana, Benin ebebo.
Near share Congo.
Near Shako. You be share Benin, you be share Congo, you share the Gambia.
And the Gambia.
But under 20 nebo, who's the first and under 23.
But that's under 20.
Under 20, it's a man of him so Black Princesses no and ebebo.
Yeah, league is usually under 20 players with the woman, you know, yom happy. Oh, say be wo some are doing well. Say me boy my own Peter Aminu Aqua. He's a good player. I'm hoping so to menya a final squad in Mwira with making impact in the Ghana team. But I thought a strong group. And in recent times, someone in African football, Benin, Gambia, ni Congo munyina improve, especially Gambia for no. And all tournaments like this now we be sure money idea now. You need to prepare very well and make sure say we team be very stronger to compete well. So let's see what will happen in that particular with the African games in common na e wo from kakra. E hu dede yo no. E no e hu edimbo no. It looks like a form kakra. What I say? Bibia nkyere say ya ben wo say ya be bot tournament no okrum ha. But I feel say she see ya draw ya be any AFCON the be wie ya. And then home from be bebre ya e be hu say.
Enti me hwe under 20 squad na. Players are free now. Hey. Na bed you.
Who do any film?
Squad near reach 30 players and you invite you.
Yeah.
Daniel Afo, Accra Lions goalkeeper. No?
Yeah, he's a good goalkeeper.
Yakubu Said, no Siano Soccer Academy. Gideon Asiakon Dreams. Defenders near Asamoah Kufuor or Bekum Chelsea, Razak Yakubu.
Tones are player, no?
Yes. Or Air Africa. Nana Kwame Boachi Bekum City. Jan Rubin Golden Strikers. Richmond Insia, Benap. And Foster Chum, Vision. And David Amuzu. Golden Strikers. Midfielders Inusa Farinan, Vision FC. Abugiri Aduko Samba Stars. Makati Ofori Dreams FC. Mohammed Mahmoud Heart of Lions. Bismarck Ajioji Bechem United. Ali Omar Sempefi Kofrida Sempefi and Obo.
So is our team no?
Yes. Oh, some more FA Cup in him.
Yeah.
Yusuf Lamin.
The vice president is team no?
Yeah. Yusuf Lamin Glow Lamp Academy.
So is our team no?
Oh, that Lamp team.
That Lamp team no.
Kesse Frederick Accra Lions.
Yeah.
And Shadrach Ado Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
So is our player no?
Minimum pa. When guest here Peter Amidu Aqua.
Yeah.
Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Yeah. Hakim Abdul Hornby. Kelvin Nkrumah. Esi kind of Mediema.
Yeah.
Dax Ronald. Esi kind of Bechem United. Emmanuel Mensah Sempefi. Joseph Opoku of Corinthians FC. And Yakubu Samet Techima Liberty. Strikers no. Aziz Mesbah. Still believe.
Yeah.
So Aziz Mesbah on the ball.
Yeah.
Division 2.
He's a good player.
Yes, very good player. Jerry Efriye Thought FC. Enoch Kwaku Cedar Stars and Abdul Hussein Bashiru Baseke Holy Stars. To win him Rantia, Coach of Fair, and your
they've been in camp for some time.
Yeah.
You know, now initially I was thinking about
camp
Gideon Asante Yeboah.
20th, yeah.
No, but when to make it the squad, Gideon Asante Yeboah.
Gideon Asante Yeboah. Okay.
Yeah, but when to make it the squad, but I think say preparation go so cost so. And who the day you know from Kakra? But I first say once I draw na be that's more better intensify the preparation ahead of this particular tournament. Now, you need the best out of the year. But I first say aside in the games near Basso AFCON no, or China the rest of the games near so I think say they are big games. But may be some I first say Ivory Coast team no so chance no after eliminating Senegal for no they should do everything possible to make it to the next round and to me more. But my person make sure how I keep very team no so be fair in their next game I want to be in this particular AFCON. But so far therefore say it's been a good tournament and African games ni penny for come on kakra na hu de you know into me cost no kakra.
Okay, etiane de be see all African games na na do sim penifo nkeka wo mo ho na de dey no emra na Ghana for enhu say all African games no but the akade de be ma tie for na also frɛ na contribute to the show for 0201825252 and 0579 300 0550 055522. Hello, good morning Udin any baby akase free.
Good morning Mutala.
Yes boss, Udin baby akase free.
I know Mr. No Mpasem.
Yeah, boss.
Mutala Nana Adu ne Josiah. And Josiah come as a farmer. Nana de. You know the course. Nana ne Anthony. And you'll be beside Anthony or Brazilian. Josiah, but I've gone there. And Edu Cano. Africa some Kikano. Or Bay Kakreate. For now, I said Ghanaians in the cry, you know, don't be my Africans, you know. And the Africans from account. Now, Quebec is also one of the almost group in the end. To me, that's almost a yard here. Now, at me, who is a group, you know. Yes, so a Fabino, Sagana Sakra, you'll be a group like Quebec or a Minus. And so, Otimiko and Numa, Josiah Mutala and Kabema, Africa, Afcon, I had different dimension about Boa Man, so I didn't know. For now, Mr. Portugal, because me and Penny for so and stretch, you know, Mr. Fair, Michel, and I driver didn't have I stand out to the Bia with him or type or a boat driver. I would allow only Namina.
Yeah, that's it. Her number. Also, friend 0201825252 and 0579 300 025. We wait to my friend 0550 055522. and see lines na very active emu bia ofra ye beje oso wa ha na also wa kire wa dwen ewo nsema ya brobru su nyina ewo ha no na me message ba ko ha ba ko se Bellingham is calling Greenwood the word we all think. I am delight texting from ASO to ewo honum. Hello, good morning Udini baby akase free. Hello.
Hello, Mutala.
Yes, boss. Udini baby akase free. Yankwe boss.
Anya no pe ma mi ti ana ejuma pa o ye na mi ti ana na adu ani Josiah ata se mo mu team ni o mo ye fantastic. Ye me kan say Mutala on say ye football na ye no me say Ghana ye ni plan and no me kan because o say ye park kura ye ball wo so Mutala enye ibi e say mpeyfo ni siesie and aban no so pen pass o football won e so di sika say ye league ni. What you say me kan da bia say aban an first can say league ni mu bia. Say ya ni ye team ni be you. What you say? Because obi brand who private businessman be brand who not team player not turn no kwa manoni a. Oh, can I be blaster mawa. Mata, I know the abandon. This ya entity at the end. I grew more no man to man blaster and the ye team no, and ya they be quite new. Omre ni tuning a coupon yard, mamma.
Yes, so yeah, that's it. We say, Obi Abaline is one. Hello, good morning. Udin, any baby akase free.
Good morning, Muntala.
Yes, boss. Udin baby akase free.
Daniel, first right.
Yankwe Danny.
The bon abaso, my pa, Modia, my force media, is Yamuna Moses. Itia desire name and name, Bebli Nana Adu Adu. Now, the embassy mechanic say, AFCON, in fact, Patrick Musipi, Mama AFCON, I the CAF president. A born who modern pa tournament to any tournament, a masha and fact, many other pa goes to new pa and a tournament in Israel. And I never to snare Barcelona. A year Angola, the Palanga Snaga, any the super game against of Nigeria. Martin India go BPM, but the end, it's Nigeria, baby. Sana Mihumasin.
Okay, yeah, that's it. All right. 0201825252 and 0579300025 0550055522. Ubetima Fred line Nina. Watch Wadri. Hello, good morning, Udini baby akase free.
Hello, Mutala. Good morning.
Yes, boss.
Sammy, me first pillar.
Sammy Yankwe.
Because only Nigeria and the Casa no. I see if the grassroots is no way now, it affects your national teams no. Me do thought to be this
Mete ye pa or say under 17, under 20, and under 23 no. Countries now munim so munim bobo no say omu jai sa anya money and they affect you mo.
Me da say. It even African games here about the year crap no. The Benya players on the box say under 20.
Trying.
Aha. It's near future me de ma your sports when you say. Says your match is there, but no form when you cook or match under 20 Mukako boy, Benya players. No moon jay a percent do a blaster, and no moon just our foreign players. No more fire need to election also. Under 20 your many players who have good more muta or do level be they can participate in the blaster match. But it's just wrong. Now, yes, sports stadium, some with the entertainment centers, Omunjai, no more money for your boss, blaster bet Najina, Madam.
Yes, yeah, that's a so yeah, by 0201825252 0579300025 0550055522. It's a greetings, Max FM brutal. So when will our leaders realize that changing coaches every time is not the antidote to our problem? They should also bring local-based players on board and see what will happen. My name is Champion Life Boy or Best Dressed from Nungwazongo. Hello, good morning, Udini baby akase free. Hello, good morning. Wait to me in our line. So 0201825252 and 0579 300 0550 055522. Hello, good morning. Udini baby akase free. Hey, I'm suffering or dialing number no. Me take when we chiro honum. When so the ye ne jai juma ye da kra e wa hanum. Fabra me fa course ne be ye me se bia ka wona ma sorry so. Hello, good morning. Udini baby akase free.
Hello, Mutaka.
Yes, boss. Udini baby akase free.
Yes, friend Mike, Mr. Chama.
Boss Mike yankwe.
Yeah, Ghana football association, you know. I was saying that your leaders I'll say show me because Sikadian Kwana Mude on. Ama yɛntumi kɔ yɛn nim the AFCON a yɛkɔ the Kudus ball a ɔbɔ the dojanayo how many crosses are all year after the time Nibla about game no more one year crosses ya but Nibla by no or 2 year crosses or person Nini and the extra goal and yes sir Adiano yenya person yere yeni more game but I'm bad sir any as someone to
Okay, yes, yeah, that's so do dear aba mefa be ba ku mienu bi aka ho na masori so e wa hanom 0201825252 ana 0579300025 and only lines are di juma. Hello, good morning. Udini baby akase free.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, boss. Udini baby akase free.
Please, I just calling from I'm sorry.
Okay, let's hear you.
Okay, during